Good evening, everyone. We are back for part two of the Sable Village Virtual Retail Market. Hello, hello, hello. We hope to have the same level of support this evening as we did during the afternoon. I mean, I was so happy when we broke at 6 o'clock and I saw that we had 407 live viewers. That made me so happy. We want to double it this evening. Y'all are off work now. Come on in and be introduced to my evening vendors. They are wonderful people. And just in case you're joining us in the evening as you were with us in the afternoon, I told you we got stuff going on here. We're moving things. So I apologize in advance for any noise you may hear coming from my home. We are waiting for one other dynamic vendor, but we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. Let me, as I did earlier, tell you why we are doing this. This is what is known, August is what is known as National Black Business Month. And research has shown that due to the global pandemic, more than 40% of Black businesses will not survive the pandemic. And so instead of doing business as usual, as business owners, I decided as the CEO of the Sable Collective LLC, we are a business consulting and research firm, and we work exclusively with Black-owned small businesses to help them grow. We help them grow in terms of physicality, but also, and most importantly, their revenue. What we do is we look at their current business model, we look at their price points, we look at their competition, and whether they're Black or not, we look at all of these things and we give them an analysis of what they can do to improve or increase their bottom line. And it's been quite successful for us and for them. And that is why we do it. I do apologize for the noise. And so when I looked at it, these statistics that are being shared in the public sphere, but not being talked about a lot amongst Black business owners, I said, well, let me do something about that. And let me pull together a virtual retail market where those of us who are accustomed to attending and participating in pop-ups, and we no longer have that option during the pandemic, we have this incredible opportunity through virtual streaming to do just that. And so I shared that idea first, I believe, with one of my current guests, mom, who has been a friend for more than, I don't know, we keep saying 15 years, but I think it may go back longer than that at this point, but about 15 years. And she thought it was a good idea. And she told me she would join me. And I sort of play things off of her as another business owner to see how she's feeling about things. And so we're here and we have a total of two sponsors and 10 vendors. So we did pretty well for this to be an experiment. And I believe that we have proven the concept by how well attended the first session was. And we are hoping that you all do the same this evening. Hi, Leah. Leah is one of our regular viewers. She has a meeting, but she's saying she will try to pop in. And he's a fully grown man, fully grown. And I don't think the young men who I watched grow up in my home church like for me to call them little, but I think of myself as like an auntie because I watched them grow up and I love his grandmother as well as him. And he is saying that, well, I love you too. I don't want to big up me, but he says you're such a boss and a leader. So are you. And we still have to talk, Evan, about your curriculum development. Okay, that's a sidebar, and that's how we did it this afternoon. And I believe that that's what helped the vendors increase their sales. So let's get started by me introducing our two vendors who are currently with us as we wait for the other one to arrive. And when she arrives, you're going to be pleased that she did. First, we have Miss Martha Hunter. Martha is the owner of Martha Seamoss. Yes, Martha?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, and welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, and our next vendor is Miss Beautiful Jessica Wilson. She owns a bit of everything. So that means y'all, look, you can say it, she might be able to sell it to you, but she she is a very talented young lady. She doesn't even know how much I do know about her because her mom and I we talk often. Hey Leah, Leah, we got you. Tomorrow, if you weren't able to shop with us today, come back when you can, and we love having you here and supporting our platform. Jessica has a product that I'm looking forward to purchasing, and but I'm gonna let them all talk about their own products, but a little bit of everything, so you will be able to expect just that. And our fourth vendor for this evening has just arrived, and this is none other than my friend and Jessica's mother, Miss Brooklyn Chef Danielle. Hey Danielle, how are you? Oh, you muted. You muted. That button. Where'd she go? Oh, oh, she'll be back. She'll be back. She'll be back. Okay. Thank you, Leah. Thank you. Leah Richardson is a very busy leader in our community, but also in her work. You know, these are people who are unsung because you don't see them all the time out front. They come out front when they must, but she is a dynamic young lady, and I just love knowing her because she is that dope. Miss Gretchen, Martha had a lot of questions for us the other night on Tuesday,
Hmm.
and she is back with us. Hi, Miss Gretchen. I'm not seeing everybody, I don't believe, but I'm just waving at those who are showing themselves real quick. We're trying to wait for Danielle to come back in, but we're actually going to just get started because I do know that Danielle probably won't be with us until midnight. Yes, I said midnight. This is a 6:30 to midnight, and I guess you're wondering why. I wanted to give us the best opportunity to sell our products, period. And Monday ends Black Business Month. I wanted us to do better than normally. I want us to increase our revenue. So if, just say Jessica had planned to sell 50 items in the month of August, I want her to be able to achieve double that. I want her to be able to sell 100 items through this. Yes, right? Look, she
Yes.
already praying and asking
Yes.
the Lord
Speak
for
it.
customers
Yes.
to come on through. Danielle is back. So that's what we want to do here. We want everyone to support these wonderful Black business owners. I feel fortunate and I love Black men. Everybody know I love Black men, so that's not the question. But I feel so fortunate to be surrounded by all of these sisters who are doing their things. And in their spheres and building legacies and generational wealth for themselves and their families. And so with that, I want to go on and introduce um, or bring on in Brooklyn chef Danielle. Hey Danielle,
Hey, how you can you hear me now?
we can hear you now. We can hear
Yes,
you.
girl. Yes, yes.
How are
You
you?
beautiful ladies, how y'all doing today?
Good evening.
Good.
Good
Good.
evening. Hi, Miss Martha. How you
Hi,
doing
how are you?
today?
I'm great. And
Nice
you?
meeting you. I haven't met you, but we're meeting now. But girl, you look beautiful. Love
Thank
your
you. So
hair
do
and the
you.
earrings. Yes, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Look, got matching glasses.
Yes,
Look,
honey, put them on, girl.
Okay.
You
you
know,
selling those too?
we
Look.
at a certain age, we got to look extra special.
I don't know what she's talking about. What is she talking about? Is she talking about herself and Miss Martha?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, but
yeah.
It's all right.
we're
Extra
all in the
special.
same age group except Jessica. So the way I did it today, we had a younger with us.
Yeah.
And you saw some of you saw parts of it. I just love feeding into the younger. So Jessica's getting most of the play tonight. So y'all are on your own, the two of you. Is that okay? Is
That's
that how that
fine.
works? That's
That's
not how
All
it
fine.
right.
works. That's not how it works. If we're all here, but I better believe that I am going to do my best to push her stuff because we've been doing this. Danielle and I've been doing this for a very long time. Martha, you stepping out, but you stepped out really strong. And I don't know who wants to go first. because this is not competition. This is just we're selling, and that's how we're going to do it. It was very interactive. If you were able to jump in at all today, you saw there were a lot of questions from our viewers, and we want to be able to answer those too. A question that lingers from Tuesday, and it's from Miss Gretchen, is will there be a list of all the vendors in case you miss some of the vendors? Absolutely, there will be. There will be a vendors list in each of the four parts. So we've done one, we've completed one. I'm going to go back and tag each of the vendors, not just the ones you saw today, but also this morning. You're going to afternoon. You're going to see these ladies as well as those from tomorrow for both sessions. I want them all to sell beyond tomorrow. So definitely there will be a list. But what I saw from today's process, Miss Gretchen, and everyone else who has that question, it went so quickly. I was busy because I don't have my producer. My producer is helping fix our house, right? So I had to do a whole lot on my own, but I am going to keep up with the questions and the comments. Bear with us. I promise you will not be disappointed by the products that they are selling tonight. Amen.
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 Amen. Okay, I'm going to actually start with Miss Martha. Miss Martha, I'm starting with you because we sort of left off with you on Tuesday. She's bringing it forward, y'all. She sells Martha's sea moss, and sea moss is highly popular now. Um, I've been trying to lose weight, but not just lose weight. I'm trying to be healthier, and this is one of those products. So what I'm gonna do, so that each of them can have their own time. I'm gonna bring Danielle and Jessica out of the live right now. They're still be in the green room, but I want to give Miss Martha an opportunity to talk about the CMOS, give us all the deets on it, so we can know how to purchase from you. All right, you're on.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful day and an even better evening. Well, my name is Martha, and I sell Martha's Sea Moss, made especially in my kitchen. Um, Sea moss is great for your diet. It's great for your health. It's great for all of us right now during this pandemic time, during COVID-19, because it's healthy for our immune system. It's soothing to our digestive tract. It supports heart health.
Mm.
Also good because it's a natural decongestant. Every morning when I wake up, and only when I started using CMOS, taking CMOS about 6 months ago, every morning when I wake up, I'm bringing up mucus. I didn't know. Sorry if that sounds horrible to some of you, but I didn't know that I had so much in my body, in my system. But I bring up mucus every morning, so I'm getting it out. So that's good. I started using CMOS because a friend of mine named Donna, I was buying CMOS from her, and it was giving me a lot of energy. I'm already an energetic person. I hardly get any sleep, but it's able to maintain me that I don't feel tired. And also, CMOS, it helps with our appetite too. It helps control our appetite. I have some friends who've been using it and they said they've lost weight because it's helping to control their appetite because it boosts our metabolism. And for the men, it's also good for your sexual health. It eases. Did I hear something there?
The men are quiet. I don't know.
It eases joint pain also, and again, like I said, it helps to control your appetite, and it actually also promotes a healthy mental and emotional, self. It helps our emotional and our mental self also. So if anybody have any questions that they're sending to Deborah, just ask me and I'll let you know. My CMOS comes in a 16-ounce jar. It's sold for $22. You could cash at me or PayPal me. You can send me an email. Let me know how you want to transact.
All right. Okay. So listen, bear with, let me just say this again. Like I said a couple of times during the afternoon hours, bear with us because I don't have my producer tonight, but I want you all to get all of their information. I need to set up these banners so that you all can see who they are. I'm still putting them in, but Miss Martha just told us about CMOS. Let me just ask you a couple of questions. You've been using it, as you said, for 6 months, right?
Mhm.
For about 6 months. And are you saying before you started using it, you would see a lot of mucus or, tell me again, please?
No, I didn't even know I had mucus in me like that. I wasn't seeing mucus before I started using the sea moss, but now that I use the sea moss, it's bringing all of that out of my system. I'm just
Oh,
it
okay.
all. Yes. And
Okay.
it helps our digestive system. It keeps you regular. I had somebody who uses it and she called me back. She said, "Does this make you go to the bathroom?" I said, "It doesn't make you go to the bathroom, but it does help." She said, "Well, I know one thing." She said, "I wasn't going before, but she said now her digestive system is flowing a lot better."
Wow.
Helping her in that area.
Well, I think that's good to point out because I've always heard that all disease starts in the gut.
Hmm.
And even as it relates to COVID, this is not medical advice or anything, but even as it relates to COVID, um, people in their immune systems are highly, whose immune systems are compromised, they may be a little bit more susceptible to getting it. And so the cleansing effect that you sound like you're saying CMOS have might help in preventing an onset. I don't know. I'm not making a medical
Right.
pronouncement or anything, but it just helps overall. That's what you're saying.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I
So
have not. I usually catch a summer cold. I have not had a cold. It helps with viruses. I'm not saying it helps with the coronavirus, but it does help with the viruses.
okay. Okay. Um so yes. Okay, wonderful. I need to have your payment information. Reverend Phyllis, thank you for joining us again. What okay, Leah is asking what byproducts are in the CMOS and how long does the jar last? Very good.
There are no byproducts in my sea moss. It's totally natural. I process it for 48 hours. There's nothing in it but the sea moss. Once I process it, clean all the whatever needs to come out of the sea moss, and then I put it in a blender, and then I put it in the refrigerator to make it form into a gel. There's nothing in the sea moss. It's totally natural, 100%. Has a lot of minerals in it. I think we're supposed to need like 98 minerals. Sea moss is supposed to have 92 minerals that our body needs.
Okay. Wow, that's very good. Leah is also saying I have a weak stomach and she can't tolerate sugar. She's not a diabetic, but sugar cramps her stomach. Does it have milk in it?
No,
No milk. So no milk, 48 hours
to
to make
process it, to clean it. Yes.
to clean it. And where do you get it? Do you mind telling us how do you acquire CMOS? If that's a trade
No,
secret, keep it.
it is a trade secret, but I can say this. A lot of Jamaicans been using it for years, years and years and years. There are certain health food stores that have it. Our Asian health food stores, our Asian markets, and our Jamaican markets also.
Okay. Look, long as you not telling me you getting it out of Orchard Beach,
Oh no,
I
no,
can roll
no,
with you.
no.
Um,
I have a sensitive stomach too.
so nothing from there. That's good. Okay. Yeah, we don't want you sharing on trade secrets because you still need to sell. But I thought it was beautiful the other night how you shared about your friend. Was it Danielle who you used to purchase from?
Donna,
Donna.
Donna.
Donna, she was purchasing CMOS time and time again from her friend. And her friend was like, you should just start a business of your own. I love that because we had that same energy during the afternoon hours. We had other business owners jumping on, giving advice out of their expertise, making collaborations, making relationships and connections. I love that. And so that's what Donna did for Martha. And here you are 6 months later with a booming business. And so it costs $22. I think that's streaming here. They're
Yes.
16-ounce jars. Martha is doing local deliveries to save those who would like to have the shipping saved. Um, if she ships it out because that's your preference or you're out of town, it will be an additional $8 for a total of $30. Did I get that correct?
Yes, you did. And there'll always be something special in your delivery when it comes if I'm shipping it to you.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I believe in free shipping. I said this on Tuesday. Now I'm not talking about your business in particular because yours is weighty, right? Yours is
Yes.
heavy. I sell t-shirts and books. So, that's a little different to me, but because you have a jar, that's going to be expensive. So I wouldn't say that, but what she just said is though I am charging shipping for out of state, you're going to still get something of value um on me. So we have to be able to give our customers something to make them want to come back. And it was nice having Kenya Brown on to talk to us about customer service. But as I said before, I think in a lot of ways we already have customer service down pat. Those few stories that you hear about are not typical stories of how I've experienced Black businesses. Most Black businesses are very courteous and kind and
Yeah.
desire and respect our dollars um, in ways that others don't always. And so kudos to you. Everybody who talked about it. Miss Gretchen is saying, is it also anti-inflammatory?
Yes, thank the Lord.
Yes.
It is anti-inflammatory. It's good for arthritis. And
Oh,
actually, I have arthritis, and it's been very helpful. Um, it's been very helpful for my arthritis. It's been very
awesome.
helpful.
So
Yes.
having arthritis, in addition to CMOS, are you on any medication?
Well, actually, for the first time ever, because I don't like medication, but I allowed the doctors to give me a prescription for steroids. I was on 6 days of steroid because it had gotten really, really bad. And I move around a lot. I'm busy. I take walks 2, 3 times a day. And I said, okay, I'll try it. I tried it. It helped a little bit. I'm not going to go on any medication for it. I'm going to use my CMOS. I'm going to continue my walks, my stretching, and things like that. I'm not going to go on medication for it because also steroids make you
Very,
gain weight. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But and I totally understand. Sometimes I think holistic ways of treating ourselves are far better than the medicines that
Hmm.
we have allowed ourselves to become addicted to. And when I say addicted to, this is a medical society that we live in, and so therefore their first option is medicine, unless you can find a medical doctor who's also a naturopathy doctor. You are going to take some type of medicine. But I do believe that if we just try different things that are healthier for us, we won't have to be medicated. But steroids, sometimes you need it for arthritis pain and other things. But to become
No
dependent
more.
on it, good, good.
But
So that
the
sounds
sea
good.
moss is good in a smoothie. So one of the other things that I've learned that's good for arthritis, for inflammation, excuse me, is ginger and turmeric. So you
Mhm.
can use your sea moss in your smoothie and mix some ginger and turmeric in there.
Wow,
Voila, that's a
that's
natural.
great.
That's a natural way to heal yourself.
That's great. Miss Gretchen said, my son has it bad and nothing has been working. So it's good to know. He has arthritis bad. Is that what you're saying? She said, when it rains, my son suffers very badly. Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. So yeah, you know what? I think if we train ourselves, little by little to be more holistic than grabbing a medicine bottle, we'll get better. I have a chronic illness, and man, I could just feel that pain coming, and I would grab either Advil or Tylenol. But then they came out with the studies that said that you're ruining your liver. So I didn't want to do that. And I've endured childbirth pain like many of you. So I had to sort of fix my mind back around that being the worst pain that I had ever experienced, and seeing that I had my children without medicine. I realized I had to do the same thing with this chronic illness to manage the pain. And so we can move away from medicine to more healthy things or more holistic things like CMOS. And I think I asked you the other night, is it salty at all?
No, if
Not
it's
at all.
salty or any taste to it, somebody did not process it and clean it enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But
I,
you're doing your own.
yes, I've put my sea moss in a glass of water. I put it in juice. I put it in tea. I put it in my smoothie. I made chicken soup. I put it in there. You can put it in anything you eat. And some people actually take it straight from the jar, a teaspoon, a tablespoon, and put it straight to the mouth. It's all how you like to, digest it. But I
Sure.
prefer it to be in something hot. Stir it up and there's no taste. You don't feel the gel or anything.
Okay. So that was a question that Miss Gretchen asked. How much CMOS do you use at one time?
You should use a tablespoon a day.
Tablespoon.
It's in my system, so now I just use a teaspoon because I don't
Okay.
need so much energy.
Okay.
I just use a teaspoon, and twice starting off, you should use it twice a day.
Twice a day, 1 tablespoon. Two a
Yes,
table. Okay. And so just to confirm, and I think I asked that question too, Leah. Is there no taste associated with it?
there
It's
is no
tasteless.
taste. Yes, it's
Okay.
tasteless.
So if you're tasting anything, like you said, maybe whoever you got it from hasn't processed it well.
Hmm. Some
Okay.
people may leave if they process it and they soak it in lemon or lemon juice. They may leave that, you might have a lemony taste, but I try not to leave anything in mine.
Okay. So yes, I do the ginger and turmeric. I love turmeric. A friend who recently passed away from COVID and a brain tumor introduced us years ago to turmeric, and then my niece liked it so much she puts it on everything. She's a vegan, but she puts it on everything. And I just said, let me start using it in everything too. If I get a little bit, it'll be better than none. So I like ginger and turmeric shots. In fact, Leah, they sell them over here, not far from you at the deli in Dreiser. I just figure I can make my own because I keep ginger in the house. I'm cheap. I'm cheap. I don't do the retail thing. So when I can do it, if I have time, I will make my own ginger shots. But turmeric and ginger, very good. And you saying put it in a smoothie. What kind of smoothie would you recommend putting ginger and turmeric in? Because turmeric is a little bitter. What would you put it in?
You will taste it. I put it in any of my smoothies. When I make my kale with a banana and an apple, I put the ginger and the turmeric in there with the sea moss. You can taste a little bit, but the last one I made, and I use when I was trying to do more greens because I don't eat a lot of vegetables, so I got to substitute when I can. So I put celery, the kale, and the turmeric and the ginger, also with the sea moss, and I did a banana, and and some almond milk,
I love the almond milk. Yeah.
and some
Okay.
almond milk, and I didn't taste the turmeric or the ginger because
Really?
both of those are strong. I didn't taste it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mind tasting the ginger. I don't think I want to taste the turmeric in a smoothie, but I will definitely try it. So it looks like you're getting a lot of
One
the
more thing,
questions. Hmm.
and add some honey in there, some natural honey.
Okay. Raw honey. Raw
Hmm.
honey. Okay. Awesome. So Miss Gretchen's son suffers with the arthritis in his knee, and Leah has chronic back pain. So I'm always looking, Leah, for things that I can do naturally to relieve my sciatica. I have sciatica, so I'm akin to you in that chronic back pain issue. Um, so what I do is things like this. I'll try it if I'm always on natural sites, and the CMOS comes up all the time. So it seems like you're getting a lot of interest. You're answering the questions. Leah said so. I don't really know what that means. Does that mean you're getting ready to go to her PayPal or something, or her Cash App, Leah? Okay, okay. Let's see what she's saying. And you want to try this well, Miss Gretchen? Okay, look, let's go, because we don't want all the information that's being shared to fall on deaf ears and not at least have you all try it and see if it will show a difference. Miss Gretchen is asking, when you clean it, are you losing any potency?
No, no, because I don't over clean it. You'll lose the potency if you over clean it. I just clean it enough so all the gook can be off of it. No
Okay,
potency is lost. It
okay.
still comes out thick.
Okay, so just for the audience sake, I had asked the vendors if they could complete shipment within 72 hours of our marathon here, which would actually be Monday for most of us, basically. But I also said that I really couldn't hold them to that, and here's why. We all know what's going on with the United Postal Service. We know that we can definitely walk it to the post office, but and they can give us the tracking, which we will give to you all, but we cannot guarantee when you'll get it. And we want you to have patience with us because that is definitely something that is beyond our control. But we are asking for the same grace given to large corporations such as Amazon, who doesn't keep their prime um, commitment, or they didn't at the height of the pandemic. So we're just asking for the same grace because this is so totally out of our control. Does that make sense to everyone out there? You're going to have a little grace with us? Okay,
I have a
great.
good example. I shipped off some sea moss to someone in Florida, a new
Hmm.
customer, on last Tuesday, the 18th, and it was priority. I was told that person should receive it on Saturday, the 22nd. She called me on Monday, I think that was the 24th. She said, I don't have it yet. I said, let me check. I checked the tracking number. I gave it to her, and it came up that it was in Florida on the 24th, but it had not got to her yet. So it was in her destination, her post office shop in Florida, and she didn't get it till Tuesday, but she was supposed to have it on Saturday.
Wow.
So
So
there is a delay. There is the delay.
yeah, there's a delay. So we're, and then we don't want, we don't, I'm grateful that you're doing the local deliveries, but for those of you who are from outside of New York, New York, where her delivery radius is, we are hopeful that you will be patient with us. Leah, who is very interested, she had to go into her meeting. She's asking, can she pay afterwards? Of course, we're going to be here until midnight, Leah. And I know your meetings sometimes go long, but we'll be here and then we'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Um, where else? Where else? Well, Miss Gretchen, she's already said she would make deliveries to Co-op City. So if we can get her up here in Co-op City making deliveries, that sounds good, right?
I
That
can be
sounds
there
good.
Saturday.
Look, she said she can be here as soon as Saturday. That's just 2 days away. So look, that's really wonderful. That's prime delivery. So you see her streaming, and I'm going to bring on Jessica now so that she can share about her business, and we'll bring Miss Martha back on in a little bit. Okay? Thank you, Miss Martha.
Thank you.
All right, gonna take you out. Hello, Jessica Wilson
Hello.
of a bit of everything. Tell us all
Yes.
about your business.
Okay, so a bit of everything, like the name, is a bit of everything. Um, what I do is I hand make beaded jewelry. So I have a line of waist beads, charm bracelets, and anklets that I have on my website to sell. I just finished nail school in April, so I'm just waiting to take my state board. So I also have some press on nails that I'm creating. So, but these are customized, so these will have to be custom ordered because of sizing purposes. And I'm a makeup artist, and yeah, a blogger. So yeah,
All right.
that's what I do.
So let's break all of that down. Let's
Right.
break all of that down. So I was really excited when your mom told me, you know what? I don't know about anyone else, but COVID has days just running into each other and months as well. But it was a few months ago. We were talking either on Facebook or otherwise, and she was telling me that you were doing your certification. So kudos to you.
Yes. Thank you.
And let me pause and tell people why I'm so happy about that. Um, COVID presented an opportunity for our community, which spends so much money with our nail care. I'm not a fingernail person. I'm a toe, the feet. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, we do that. We spend a lot of money with people who don't respect our money. They don't mind taking our money, but they don't
Right.
respect it in the same way as they do the money of others. And the last time I looked at a bill, mine was green and another one was green. And so you don't have to like me, but you do have to show me respect if I'm spending money with you. And so when she told me you were going through that process during this period, I'm like, yes, because that's what so many of us who have been put off. Now, I personally haven't been put off, but I've seen the videos of people who have been treated poorly, not just put off, but
Yeah.
just beaten up, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Literally.
you all had an incident, a huge incident a couple of years ago in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Many people remember that, and a lot of people have forgotten it because I think we become sanitized to the attacks on Black bodies in this country. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Black people become sanitized to it, and I think we should never do that. But so I'm proud of you and happy for you for doing that during this time period, because now we don't have to just simply give our money to others who don't respect it, we can search out a Jessica Wilson to do this for us. And you said you're also a makeup
Right.
artist, correct?
Yes. Yes. Freelance makeup artist. Yes.
Yes, because I think I'll have to ask your mom, or you might remember also. I was at your mom. Your mom was doing one of her cooking shows, and I was one of her guests. And you were doing makeup for models that day. You had a.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
remember
Oh
that?
my God. That
Yes,
day. Oh my
yes.
God.
You were really
Yes. That
busy,
day.
really busy. So she's good,
Yes.
guys. And if you go to her mother's site, her mom just recently did a photo shoot, and I'm gonna let you. I'm not gonna talk all of your stuff that you want to tell Danielle. Danielle's still in the green room, but she is excellent as a makeup artist. Excellent. She does her mother's makeup and her countless other clients. Now, talk about those press-on nails.
Yes. Okay. So
To the
because
V.
I started school in January and I finished like, during the shutdown. So
Hmm.
the rest of my classes were remote. So even when we were done, like it was hard to practice with people, to get in touch with people, because it was like scary at that point. So
Right.
I thought of a way that I can still utilize my skills that I'm learning and not, be discouraged or like, thrown off, because it's easy for me to be like, well, dag, I can't get a client, I can't do this, I can't practice on anyone, and just be discouraged, be like, okay, I'll give up because it's shut down, I can't do anything anyway. So I just thought of another way to still gain clients and still be able to practice what I studied to do. So the press on kits, I will have to do like a sizing with the customer, where you will size your nail bed, and then
Hmm.
I will have the nails size to fit you. But you will pick like the design, like the shape of the nail, the color, design, or whatever you wanted. Even if you wanted it, just plain or whatever. And I can customize that for you. And they come in a pack like this. Can you see, or is there a glare?
Yeah, it's a
This is
slight
better.
there. Come over this way a little bit. Bring it that way.
There.
There you go. That's good.
Okay. So these are the nails, and they come with the nail glue and a file, just in case you need to like resize it, and then that's it. You just buff your nail and pop them on, and they're reusable. You can take them off and stick them back in the pack, and then put them back on. So if
Wow.
you're not a nail person but you need some nails for a special event, you can get them, pop them on, and pop them back off.
Look, she knows how to sell because she's trying to sell to somebody who doesn't care about their nails, but I
I
might
heard
just have to
that.
invest. She heard me. But that's a great pivot. That is a
Yeah.
great pivot. That's wonderful. And when I use the language pivot, people, all I'm saying is that if you are a basketball fan at all, you know they do this, they do that, they go around in a circle before they make the shot. And that's what Jessica's done. She started the classes before the shutdown. She had to complete her classes to become a nail technician through remote learning, like almost everybody is doing learning these days. But in the meantime, because she still could not go out and practice her newly certified skill, she decided, I'm going to do this with my business, and so that I can continue to grow my client list. There's going to come a time when we're really back open, all the way back open, where those people who purchased her press-ons will just have and desire to have their actual nails done again in a shop. And but in the meantime and in between time, as we often say, she's providing this service for them. I think that's wonderful. I might think about it, but I think that's wonderful. You got press on for the toes.
No, not there
That's okay, girl.
yet.
That's okay. That's okay. But I know it's in the works from somebody. That's
Right.
awesome, Jessica. Miss Gretchen is saying that's awesome, Jessica, that you have multiple streams of income. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about these waist beads.
Yes. Okay. So the waist beads, I have them that are already pre-made. They come in sizes of 38-inch, but they can also be customized
Okay.
if you need them to be larger. So they come, they're all hand strung, handmade. I hand string them myself, and some of
Okay.
them come with charms,
Okay.
such as the ankh, and some of them come with crystals or both. So I have some rose quartz here on this one.
Beautiful.
Some of them come with centerpieces, such as this crystal druzy piece with the tiger's eye. Um, and yeah, I just started wearing waist beads maybe about 2 years ago. And some women, especially some mothers, have some problems with the little fupa.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to embrace my fupa, dress her up, You know what I mean? Make her look cute, and and we can all learn to love the fupa. Sometimes you
Yes.
gotta dress her up, make her look pretty, make her feel good. She'll pop out. It'll be all right.
I hadn't even thought about it from that perspective, but your baby is younger than mine. My youngest is 16. She's closer to 17, and that fupa just will not leave me alone.
No, no. So just embrace her. She's there. Dress her up. Make her feel pretty. Yeah.
But I actually want to purchase your waist beads because I really am trying hard. My problem is bread, right? So I know when I
Okay.
don't eat a
Yeah.
lot of bread, my waist goes down. So I want to be encouraged by the waist beads. Yes, I
Yes.
will be buying the 38 inch. I don't need it shorter than that because
Right.
that's how much bread has affected my body. But I do. I want some, and I'm looking forward to purchasing them. So definitely, if you want to show the variety, continue to show the variety while I mute myself because we have a lot of noise right now. Just
Okay.
continue to show it, and I'll be
Okay.
right back.
All right. No problem. Okay. So yeah, these are the waist beads. They self tie on. So I guess I'll do a little demo. I have some on myself. I'm not sure if everyone can see, but I'm wearing some now. You just tie them on, and they're all elastic. So like when it depends on how you want to wear them. If you want to wear them up high, you can tie them tighter, and because they're elastic, they'll probably fall after time. And you can put them on, and if you don't want to wear them or you want to switch them out, you can just pop them on, and pop them back off. So if you want to change them up with a different outfit for the day, you can do that. And they're all elastic, so with time they will get a little looser, but you can always tighten them back up. So yeah, we have some here, but like I said, I also customize them. So if you were looking for any particular color beads or crystals or charms or anything, we can do that. Um, you can email me at info@abitoferything.com for any custom orders, or if anyone wants to put it in the chat, I guess Miss Deborah will let me know. So yeah, we have some with seed beads, which are smaller beads. So this one has the evil eye with the lapis lazuli. Let's see, turn this around. With the evil eye piece here. Um, and some of these have the bigger beads. So, we have something for everyone, a bit of everything for everyone. Yeah, so we have different colors here. This one has a mixed size, so it has the sea beads, the bigger ones, and then some crystals here, some black obsidian. Um, yeah, so we have some of those. I don't know if she wants me to move on, but I guess I will. I don't see any questions. I guess I'll come back to know if you have any other questions. But these are my anklets that I have. These are also all elastic, so they just slip on over your foot like you would do your arm. So, and all of these are on sale on my website. So the waist beads are priced between $7 and $15 each on the site, and the anklets, the ones with the charms, are priced at $5, and then the ones without the charms with just the crystals are priced at $4 each. And I have these variety of anklets here. So, as the other beads, these are all customized. So these can be customized if you want it, maybe like a set, like a matching set. So like, maybe something like this. The pink. And also I have charm bracelets for sale. So I can show you guys. So these are the charm bracelets. They're also elastic. These are also customizable as well. Um, and these are priced from $10 to $15 each. And these are all on the website. So for the bracelets, I have charms. I have some lava stones. I have some quoted pieces, crystals. Let's see, I'll show you some of these. Um, some with the statement druzy pieces. Um, yeah, so we have a variety of things here, chunky pieces. So, yeah, and these are all on the website. Divas, any divas out there? We have some diva ones. Yeah, so like all of the other items, these are all can be customized. So if you see something you like or you want something in a different color, we can try and get that for you. So yeah,
Jessica, your pieces are fabulous. I love the
thank
colors.
you.
Are you making all of these? You're making the beads and the charms, the bracelets?
I'm making, yeah, everything is handmade. Yeah.
Wow. And so I don't know. Look, I'm gonna start sounding like a broken record, right? Um, but I do want to just stress. Well, tell me again how much were the press-ons? How much are the press-ons?
The Oh yeah, I didn't say the price for those. The
Okay.
press-ons are $25 for the pack.
Okay. Good. And you said that they're reusable. How many uses can they, how many times can they reapply them?
I guess it depends on how long you keep them on.
Okay.
Because because of the color and you're washing your hands, so they might get a little wear and tear. But if you use them and you take them off, you can just like put like a little bit of cuticle oil on it to loosen it up to take them off.
Okay.
But they can last up to like 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, good. So the reason why I asked her that question, I didn't remember hearing it, but it's $25 per
Yes.
pack. They are reusable. So the value is incredible. But she's also hand making her waist beads and the bracelets. And what are the price points again? $7 to $16, did you say?
The waist beads are 7 to 15.
Mm-hmm.
The anklets are without the charms, they're $4. With the charms, they're $5. And then
Mm-hmm.
the bracelets are priced from $10 to $15.
Okay, awesome. So I didn't hear anything above $15 aside from the press-ons. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay. So what I shared with two of the earlier vendors was that I think it's wonderful, these very, very reasonable prices. I actually use charms as an example
Hmm.
of how, people like to lowball us as Black business owners.
Yes.
Um, and I love your prices are actually very good prices. I don't know how long you've been doing it, but those are really decent prices. I wish the anklets were a little bit more. That's only, and it really, I could be coming from a perspective of having worked so many years. I'm used to paying much more. Yours
Yeah.
could be price pointed for the millennial crowd, but let's not get it twisted. They are paying a lot of money. They are paying a lot
Yeah.
of money. They want because they don't hoard like we did. We saved because we had you all, right? But I suggested to those two new business owners that when you've reached your year, if you have not already, Jessica, change those price points, nudge them up, because by then I believe that we'll be fully back open. And guess what? You'll have a full fledged competition from places like Pandora. And Pandora is mass producing, perhaps in
Yeah.
countries that are paying people 37 cents an hour or a day to produce stuff that you are actually sitting at home as you are raising your daughter, as you are helping her with her homework, as you are exposing her to recreational things and just being a mommy with her, taking time away to produce these beautiful fly pieces for us.
Right.
And I shared that my husband had to tell me, you've got to build in your time into your prices, because I was low balling myself, running myself ragged, selling and doing a good thing, but the next person up here would just be chilling while I'm still grinding. And so everything doesn't have to be a grind. So just that's just something to consider in the future, because I think your products are quality. Even before I get them, because I've worked with your mom so much and purchased from her. There's no way in the world I would ever believe that your products would not have the same level of quality as hers. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You'll be back. It's time for me
Yes.
to bring her on now so that she can do her thing. And so we're going to bring on, thank you so much, Jessica.
No
My
problem.
sister,
Thank
Juanita,
you.
said she loves the name of your company, a little bit of everything. You see, she
Yes.
had a whole bunch of lot of stuff, right? So let's support Jessica and Miss Martha. And we're going to bring on now my friend for a very long time, Brooklyn chef Danielle Moore.
Hey,
Hello, hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Dad.
All
I'm doing
right.
pretty good.
Okay.
I'm
Talk to
glad to
us.
be here. Thank you for having me. I really like this whole setup. I didn't know how we all really didn't know how it was
We didn't
gonna
know.
translate, but I feel it's translating very well.
I think
I
so
watched
too.
earlier. Actually, I did a watch party earlier with the girls, and I was able to listen in some here and there because I was doing that. Then I was on a webinar. I was on, just trying to make the most of my day. So
Sure.
yeah, so I thought this is pretty cool. I'm really excited. This is really it's something we moving towards.
As a reality,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
new norm. Yeah.
How we could be resistant to it if we want, but this is what it is. We're here.
That's right. We are here and we're going to make the most of it. But Danielle, without being very socially and politically infusing into this conversation, but you and I do this all the time. But isn't that what Black women have always done?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We
we
so
know
we I think we are the pioneers of the pivot.
we are the pioneers of the pivot,
Pivot.
even
Yes,
though we like
pioneers
to
of
go and watch
pivot.
the brothers do it on the court, right?
Yes, yes.
We taught them.
We did our own pivoting.
We did our
So
own pivoting.
we definitely know how to navigate these waters.
That's right. That's right. And we know how to not only stretch a mill, we know how to make lemonade out of just plain lemons. We just every cliche about success and survival, black women,
Absolutely.
black
Absolutely.
women, black women.
Absolutely.
So I see you are wearing a nice headscarf.
Yeah.
Is
It's
that something
called
that you're offering?
Yes, this is what I'm having. What I'm wearing today is called "No Woman No Cry" head
Oh,
wrap because it reminds me of Bob Marley, and I love that. Actually, love that song, and despite that song saying "No Woman No Cry" makes me cry.
oh wow.
Good tears because it makes me feel. It fills my soul when I hear that song. So I definitely, when I saw this fabric, I had to get it, and I had to offer it as a head wrap to protect our crowns as queens, not just
Hmm.
not just a fashion statement, but also to protect our hair.
Hmm.
To protect our hair, and also to make us look fabulous when we don't have time to actually wrestle with our hair.
Right.
So it I don't know where I was all these years, but I know I'm here. I love head wraps. I have so many, and I'm just glad I got into it. God positioned me and made me and put this in my spirit, and here we are today. I'm grateful and I'm thankful and I'm here.
Look. Let me tell you how big of a supporter of Chef Danielle I am. So,
Damn, you got yeah, you got
look,
yes.
yes. Let me tell you. So this, I'm gonna let her sell her stuff like I let everybody else do. But I just need you all to know that her stuff is such good stuff. She just chooses the right fabric. So this, was a set with an apron when she was doing her apron line. And I said to Danielle, I said, look, now I'm good with scarves now, but I think this was in 2 years ago, Danielle,
Yeah, it
a
was
year,
about 2.5 years ago. Yeah.
about 2.5 years. Because I remember I wore it for Easter Sunday because I cook for the church on Easter. I didn't do the scarf because I'm hopeless, right? She's like, Deb, I have tutorials. YouTube has tutorials. You're not hopeless. You can do this.
Right.
No, I couldn't 2.5 years ago, but I'm good now. I'm
Mhm.
really good now, and I
Yeah,
love wearing scarves too. I like to have my hair out, but um, we need to rest it sometimes. We need to
absolutely.
rest it, and so scarves takes us back not only to Jamaica, thinking about Bob Marley and No Woman No Cry and the Wailers, but also our heritage.
Absolutely.
You know, when I came to New York 38 years ago, we came up here wearing scarves and we were laughed at for wearing scarves. And now who's laughing? Everybody's wearing scarves, you know, and you sell beautiful ones. You
Mhm.
sell beautiful ones.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're selling scarves or head wraps tonight.
Yep.
Anyone who purchases one from her, if you feel like me, you'll know what to do with one. Trust me, she can show you how. But don't let that stop you because if you
Absolutely.
don't go to her site, You can find it on YouTube. That's what I eventually did.
Yeah, you can go you could go to YouTube. There's so many. We have so many different beautiful um head wraps. You know, this is our purple empress that I'm introducing now. And once you start wrapping head wraps, see, I know I've done so good at it. I know how to wrap a head wrap on a head wrap, and still I could go out right now, Deb,
See, look.
and be like, you know, I could go anywhere right now.
See,
So
look, she's just showing off for people like me. But that's fly. That
but
looks really
I
good.
want to show the comfortability of you can wrap it
That is
anybody
beautiful.
can wrap it and if you think it's gonna fall off, it will. You know, you have to wrap it
Mm,
with confidence. You have to. It's about
okay.
wrapping it, tucking it, and making sure that it's secure. See, I could just do all this, and and I'm good. I could just what? I could go to the business
Yeah,
and be
you
like,
can.
yeah.
And
So
she did that so quickly. I turned a little bit and she was
yeah,
putting it on and then
yeah,
she's
you can wrap it in you know, again, this is our purple empress that we have, but what I'm wearing now is no woman no cry, and it's a part of a trilogy because I have two other head wraps that are similar, but they are different. They're
okay.
definitely not all the same shade. You know, the we have the like this one I have is no woman no cry. This is the diva head wrap. This is the diva 2, and this is the diva. But the difference is one has, you see, has turquoise, one has yellow, one has
Yep.
purple. They're not, they're the same, but they're not the same. You know, and and it differs from what I have on my
Oh
head.
yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
built
Yeah.
differently, and and when you put it on, you get three different looks. You still gonna look fabulous no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So today I'm having, you know, on my website, all my head wraps are there. We have like this one is called the flower goddess. It's flowers, it's very big flowers, and it also comes with an apron. We have it in we have the apron to go
Ah,
with it. If you want the set, is they're both on the website.
nice. Very
Hmm.
nice.
So
One thing
and then
I've done a lot, I've done a lot during this lockdown, quarantine, whatever it is we're calling it these days. I have cooked so much, and because I like to be in the kitchen cooking when I do it, but I've done so much more cooking. I said, I hadn't seen you advertise your aprons in a month or so, probably. And I
yeah,
said, I need to order another apron from her because I have a splash right here on my face and a splash right here. But so if it's getting on your skin, it's also getting in your clothes. And aprons, we all know our parents, our mothers and grandmothers wore aprons to cook. And
absolutely.
I like it because I like being in the kitchen now also.
Yeah, and we also have this is called our Purple Heart.
Beautiful.
This is an apron. All our aprons have pockets.
Put your cell phone in there while you're cooking.
Right, exactly. Have your headphones on. You can put your phone in your pocket and cook. And this is the head wrap that goes with it.
So Danielle, Leilani, who was one of our earlier vendors, you probably saw her. She's asking for the price.
The price for the aprons vary. Right, I think on the site we have one or two aprons that are on sale for $40, but the actual cost of the average cost of the apron is $60.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the head wraps are anywhere from 20 to $30, depending
Okay.
on the pattern. Because a lot of these patterns are, some of them are just that whatever we have, that's it. Most of the patterns that we have, once we get them, they sell out very quickly. And where I get my fabric from, they don't even have it anymore. So once I that's it. Once it's gone, a lot of people ask me, do you have this particular pattern or that? And I'm like, no, because once, and I specify that on my site, that once, if you see it, buy it, because it might not be there, and the likelihood of us getting that fabric again is slim to
Very
nil.
soon.
Like
Yeah.
somehow we magically got this. This is called Mother Africa, because this reminds me of Africa with the tribal marks, and we have the apron to
Oh,
match. So
beautiful.
so they miraculously got this back in, and when they got it in, I bought as much of it as I could, and I made more aprons and I made more head wraps because when I got it in initially, it sold out. It completely sold out. Like
Wow, wow.
it really sold out.
So Leilani is asking a couple of follow-up questions.
Mhm.
Do you make aprons for men, or are
Yeah,
these you do?
we do. We have a blue canoe apron. It has one pocket and it has one large pocket and one small pocket in the front of the apron. I do have that, and when I go around again, I will be bringing more items out as we go around. But
Okay,
yes, I do have a men's apron that I am going to show everybody. But yeah, I
great.
have so many patterns of head wraps that this is called the abstract flower. This is a house. This is our house party in pink. We have house party in red, and all of our head wraps are hemmed. They're quality fabrics. They're vibrant. What you see is what you get. There's no filters on here. Again, you can easily grab any of these head wraps and be gone. Boof. You
Wow.
don't have to. Listen. You. This is how. Come on.
Yeah, that looks good.
Absolutely love and adore head wraps. It gives my like you said, my hair a rest.
Yes,
So when I
yes.
when I take my hair out, it's out. But
Is that-
yeah, yeah, for the most part, yeah, this is all our we have a lot of amazing patterns. This is called our lavender mosaic.
I like that. I
And
like
all
that pattern.
and this is called our pinky pink, because I didn't know what kind of name, but it does have an apron to go with it. And it's
Okay,
yellow and black, which is some vibrant. Is the colors are absolutely bright, vibrant, and stunning when you see them up close and personal. So
sure.
yes, we have a lot of different patterns, and this is our African garden. It's just an array of paisley print, flower print. It's all our fabrics are, like I said, I handpick them all. I go into the fabric store and then whatever speaks to me, I
You
just
get it.
I get it.
Okay, that's great. So, she also said, or any his or hers. So I think you answered her question that you do have them for men, and you will show them a little later.
Yeah.
Um, and his or hers. Now, our friend Kenya is asked. She's saying that they're gorgeous, Danielle. She's also asking, are they one size fit all?
Yeah, all of our my head wraps are one complete yard. It's a complete yard of fabric. No matter how big your head is, this is gonna get on your head, because as you can see, I wrapped the head wrap on a head wrap. So if I uh, have the ability to do this, it's gonna go on anybody's head. Trust me.
Well,
There's
you two.
there's no heads unturned with these head wraps. This is they're gonna they're fit.
I actually like the way you had the little triangle down there, and I know you weren't even trying. That was cute. That was cute.
Yeah, you just got cannot be intimidated by wrapping these head wraps. That's one thing I've learned when I first started doing it. It was like being intimidated by it, and then if you find yourself it's falling off, and you're like, oh my god. But you have to just wrap it confidently and know that you're gonna look fabulous no matter how you wrap it. There's no right or wrong way to wrap a head wrap. You just wrap it and you go be beautiful. That's all.
I think you did use the word be confident, and I think that's what I wasn't 2 years ago. But please, you can't tell me nothing. I don't care how you look at me. If I have my scarf on, it's because that's how I wanted it. Okay. but but just for clarity, Kenya was talking about the aprons. Are they one size fits all, or can you customize them?
Um, they are the aprons are that I have are medium to large. If you're wanting something larger, then you can definitely reach out to me and email me at you can email my email is chef@bkchefdanielle.com. You can email me and basically if I get your waist size, I can basically tell you in your bust size, I can create something for you.
All right, I'm putting her email in the chat, everybody, so that if there's anyone who wants customization, you can email her. I bet I spelled that wrong. So I've been having a spelling issue today. Ugh, this is crazy. Chef@bkchefdanielle.com.
Yes.
All right, let's hope that I did that right. for customization. All right, let's see. Okay. Nope, I did not. I left the C out of chef. Let's try this again. Ugh. I
Where?
just it went through the chat. It's in the comments. Do you see it?
Yeah, it says chef.
Oh, does it? Not no, Kenya actually did it. Thank you,
Oh.
Kenya. Thank you for your help. I love you. Because clearly the one I put was wrong and I don't even know how to delete it. But thank you, Danielle. Danielle has other stuff too. And I was at the end of the last one, I was talking about my book. And I used a product that I bought from you. And I didn't tell them who it was, but I have it to show. And I'm gonna go back to Martha now. What you got? What's that?
Oh no, this is just my son. It's a
Oh,
wrap
it's a wrap.
for my
You
head
know what?
wrap.
Before I go back to Martha, can you bring back one in any one of your already wrapped head wraps? I want people to see your branding
Oh,
a little higher. Yeah, I love it. Um, I'm pretty sure Jessica may have done her makeup, but that was a photo shoot. Bring it back over
yeah.
this way, Danielle. And so as business owners, we have to brand ourselves some way. So what I'm doing right now is rebranding my website. It's under construction now because whenever I've done a Facebook ad or an Instagram ad,
Mm-hmm.
I always tell Instagram or Facebook to send people to my DM, but I don't want to do that anymore. So I invested in upgrading my website, and hopefully it'll be done by Labor Day because I really want to present what the Sable Collective LLC does in a way that's easy for anyone who goes there to understand what it is we do. And as my designer said, within 30 seconds, because otherwise they're going to keep it moving. And that happens a lot when your website is not up to date. So I've bought stuff when I got the apron and the headscarf from you. The branding was there. She's very consistent with her branding. And I think for all of us who are doing business, we need to have a consistency in our branding. So thank you for sharing that. We look forward to you coming back. Martha, thank you, Danielle.
You're welcome.
Welcome
Hello,
back, Mark.
everyone. Hello.
Oh my. Woocha. Excuse me. Martha, please talk some more. Can you go through that 10 list for the benefits of CMOS?
I
Because something
certainly
happened over
will. Um, CMOS is good for our immune system. CMOS is a natural decongestant. It also provides nutrition also, and it helps control our appetite. I have friends on CMOS who said they've lost weight because they've been using the CMOS. It helps support our immune system and it fights infections also. I didn't mention that the other time that it can fight infection. And it's a good metabolism booster. One of the other benefits of sea moss, it helps ease the joint pain. It helps support our heart health also. And for men, it's supposed to help in their sexual health, help boost them also. And it promotes mental and emotional health. And another thing sea moss does, it's soothing to our digestive tract. I had someone tell me that the sea moss was helping them go to the bathroom now, even though that they weren't able to go to before. They're going more regular now. So sea moss has a lot of benefits. I put seaweed also in practically everything. My orange juice, my lemonade, my hot tea. I put sea moss in a glass of water. If I forgot to take it, I'll put it right in a glass of water and I'll take it. I put sea moss in my chicken soup. I put sea moss in anything and everything. You can use it in anything that you like. One of the other things I forgot to mention about sea moss, it also helps and enhances our thyroid function. A lot of people, as we get older, seem to have a thyroid issue, whether it's making them gain weight, it's doing something with their hair, and for women, it may affect the menopause during the menopause time. So CMOS has a lot of benefits, a lot of benefits. You can look it up and you'll see for yourself. When you Google it, it tells you so much about it. And there's different varieties. My friend Donna Kelly is doing elderberry also. That's another great extension of CMOS. Anybody who wants to reach her, just let me know. But she's on Facebook as Bella Donna. But again, CMOS is remarkable. Some people have lost weight by using the sea moss because it helps curb their appetite, and if it's not curbing your appetite, then it's boosting your metabolism, which also works on allowing you to, lose a little weight because your metabolism is boosted. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, and Deborah Jenkins will let me know what you're asking. Okay, she should be back shortly. But since she's not, I'll go on. If you want to reach me, any information about CMOS, you can email me at royallady1216 gmail.com. Delivering this weekend on Saturday if you like. And also, I think Deborah has listed my telephone number if you want to call also. If there's any questions that they're sending, Deborah, let me know and I'll answer those.
Absolutely, absolutely, and thank you. I missed the part about Belladonna, but I know I said on Tuesday that there was something that you said she sells that I wanted to support her in.
Elderberry.
The elderberry, right?
Yes,
I
yes.
talked about how expensive it is, and I've already opened it. It's not in here. But yes, I think it's really good when we come together to support each other across platforms. Even if she jumped on right now, we would, and I know you just shared her information, we would tweet out her info. I love Twitter, but we would post her information so that others will know that they can get elderberry products from her,
Yes.
which is really good. I tell you, I had it out on Tuesday and I showed everybody. I hadn't opened it yet, but the bottle cost me $20. I opened it last night because I wasn't feeling well. I woke up this morning feeling just fine. It's that potent, and it's really good. If you're feeling a little bit, excuse me, anything in your throat, feeling like a cold is coming on, I just take the one dosage and it's really good. And it didn't take, I've only been taking it for about the length of COVID since March. And it's built up in my system, like you were saying, Martha, about the CMOS, to the point where I only have to take it once every other day if I'm feeling consistently sick. And from the sounds of what you've told us about CMOS, it has a very similar response to the body has a very similar response to it.
Yes.
So so can I just go through your timeline with you? It takes you 48 hours to process it. And it sounds like you have a fledgling business where people are constantly buying. I believe someone asked earlier, how often do they have to buy it? Like, how long will a 16-ounce jar serve them if they're taking a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons a day for the first month or so?
It should last 2 to 3 weeks based on if they're taking it on a regular basis. Because some people may not want to take it twice a day. So it should last them 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So have you thought about, and I don't know, certainly I don't know, but this is just something for you to think about. Have you thought about, like so many other businesses are doing, with products that are more like a maintenance, something that you're constantly buying? Jessica talked about the press on nails, especially until we're able to go back into shops on a regular basis. That is, doing some type of subscription service. Like I told you, I think I'm Amazon Prime Queen. Um, if I had ordered put the elderberry on a subscription, I would have saved about 20%. So it would have been about $18 or about 17.85 or something, as opposed to the $20. Again, customers love savings. So have you thought about eventually offering a subscription service where the people who buy from you all the time are getting it from you, and you just auto ship? I think that's what it's called, auto ship. They
Yes.
know what day it's going to go out. Have you
Oh,
thought
yes,
about that?
yes, I have thought about that. So I'm working on that now because that is important. Because it's not, some people purchase it and then I have to call them like, this is not just a one-time use. You should continue it. I can't make you, but you should continue it to keep your body healthy. So yes, I am thinking about that.
Excellent,
And then of course
excellent.
they would get it at a discount if it's going to be on auto ship.
Right, absolutely. And it's a discount, yeah, but do check around, because again, I think I'm very concerned about anybody undercutting themselves. So go and look and see how people how big businesses or other businesses like Amazon do it. It's 10-20%. Don't really go into your profit too much, but there should be a discount if they're ordering it every month. But that gains you customers also.
Yeah, yeah.
See, y'all, look, The Sable Collective, Dr. Deborah, she is always giving out free advice that she really could sell. But I don't want to sell stuff that is basic and I think it's easy to find. The reason why I'm able to do what I do is because a lot of people just don't have time. Martha and I came on early and she was like, whoa, what a day, right? Danielle came on a little later and said, oh, what a day. We've all had these days. I think Jessica too. We've all had these days and they happen a lot. And so that's what makes a business like mine relevant because I'm able to do in the day what others can't do because they're doing other things. And it's a win-win. It's a win-win. But definitely that is something that you should think about, and you too, Jessica, because the nails is very important to a lot of people. Um, and you should think about that as a part of your growth and sustainability. Kenya spoke about the elderberry. She said she also took it for 3 months. I like it a lot. My youngest sister introduced me to it, and she's like a healthy health person, um who's trying to make me vegan, and I keep telling him I'm not going to be a vegan. I'll probably be a pescatarian, if anything. Because I like fish. I only like fish. I don't eat shellfish and things like that. But I do like fish. Having the time to bridge the gap for people. Exactly. That's what I do, Kenya. And let me just shout you out for showing. I don't know if you remember her being here with us Tuesday, Miss Martha. You may have had to leave because you had another appointment, but she came on and she gave us some tips about customer service. Kenya Brown. Do you remember? Were you still here when she came
I
on?
was on when she initially came on, but I did have to leave.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, she's been a great supporter, and she herself is a wealth of information. And so that's why I love being around like-minded people like you ladies, Kenya, and others who have shown up to support this platform and other things that I do. Let me take a few minutes. We are into our second hour, and that is really good. We're going towards the 8 o'clock hour. I just want to take a couple of minutes to talk about my book to this group because I haven't done that yet. So let me just talk about it for a minute. All right, I'm going to actually start where I stopped in the last segment. My third book is called Breathe, Sister Breathe. Um, Releasing everything that interferes with self-care. And it was a labor in pain. A lot of people say it was a labor in love, but it was a labor in pain because 2018 was a very difficult year for me. I don't think I want to go back to what made me write the book, not right now, because I did become a little emotional talking about it earlier in the earlier hours. What I want to do is share where I stopped. Um, I was talking about how from Breathe Sister Breathe and reading through it and getting feedback from many, I started in late 2019 the breathing room experience where I had invited some hand selected close friends or people who I've tried to be close to, and we just because of busyness were unable to develop a sustainable closeness. But we just started meeting on third Fridays of the month. We came without titles. We came just in love and respect for one another. We had dinner together. That was that third Friday. Our families knew that we'd be having dinner with each other as sister friends. You see my eyes, right? We're still having a lot of noise over here. But we did so many things together. We did adult coloring because on a Friday night at the end of the week we were very tired. So I said, let's color together. And the sisters did such wonderful work. We relaxed. We meet for 2 hours every third Friday, and it did a world of good for me. Before the pandemic, our last episode meeting and exercise was doing a 6 month vision board. And as I said to the group earlier today, I believe the Lord was trying to tell us that you all are not even ready for what's about to happen, and we weren't. But here, I'm going to see if I can share my um, vision board with you. I don't know if you can see it very well. And this was our last meeting was January. No, it actually probably wasn't January. No, we did something else after that. But this vision board was from January 31st through July 31st. And like I just mentioned, I wanted to fully transition into becoming a pescatarian. I had done it before and I did it for a while and I went back to chicken. And now I think I'm cute, so I eat a little beef every now and again. So I need to get myself back together. Um, then I also wanted to plant, and I'm very happy to say that I have a wonderful vegetable garden that my son helps me maintain. So I'm very proud of that. What we're waiting for right now is for our tomatoes to pop out. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting. So one of the sisters, who is a dear friend, has suggested me putting together a group. And I said, well, I want to go to the Grand Canyon. I've always wanted to go to the Grand Canyon, but I also wanted to go to Vegas. So I figured we can do a 2-4. So we were supposed to go to Grand Canyon. God was laughing. God was laughing. But here, I don't know if you can see it. I wanted to purchase silk pillows. I wanted to purchase silk pillows. So I searched and I searched for silk pillows and I couldn't find any. So I said, let me make them myself. I couldn't find the silk fabric. So, and I'm about to bring her back in before Jessica because I'm talking about her. I purchased some pillows and all of a sudden, Brooklyn Chef Danielle started selling pillow shams. And this took the place of my silk pillows on my vision board. And let me just advertise it for her. Look at this beautiful print. I'm not sure if this showed up in any of the patterns she just held up for us. But let me tell you, this livened up. I use this on my bed. I only purchased one, but I use it on my bed. I have like earthy comforters and blankets. So this sort of fit right in with what I do. And I love it, love it, love it. And I've since bought two more um shams from Amazon. I need to stop being their walking billboard. Somebody needs to tell me. And even when I flank the this pillow with those, it just pops. So this is, tell me if I'm wrong, Danielle. This is 16 by 16. I love my pillow. I love it. I love it. And I actually love the sham that covers just a normal 16-inch pillow. And so, Jessica, I'm going to bring your mom back in since I just talked about her product, and then you're going to take it away from us, for us. So that's how I did my vision boards. Danielle, come on back in for us, please, and tell us what else that you want to share with us. Do you have any more shams? Oops, you're muted. She's muted. She'll be in a minute.
Yes, Deb, I'm here.
Great, great, great. Kenya, I'm going to answer you in just a second. Well, let me answer Kenya before because she's talking about the vision board. I want to look. It's time for us to do another vision board. And so, what I was saying to people, if they purchase my book, and I did get several purchases during the last session, I'm going to invite you into the breathing room experience. I'm going to do an online breathing room experience because we do stay in touch. We've been there for each other. One of the members lost her husband, and we were there for her. One of the members has two very special, wonderful young men, her sons, but they have a lot of service needs, and she is an excellent advocate, and we try to support her in her advocacy. Another sister was preparing to retire and just didn't know what she wanted to do, and we get together on those Fridays and we just let it all loose without family or friends who don't understand and won't allow us to let down our hair, telling us we have to be Pastor Deb or Dr. Deb. We're just all who we are, who we were raised to be. And it's such a good space. I invite all of you in.
Sounds great.
I want you to come too. I want you to come too.
I
Let me put my banner up there so that you all can know how you can purchase the book. Where is it? So the name of my book is Breathe, Sister, Breathe. It's $20. I'm doing the shipping. I'm eating the shipping myself. And you can purchase it by going to paypal.me/, the Sable Collective. I'm going to put it in the chat for those of you who can't catch the stream quickly. But that is what I wanted to share. And I do invite you all because I felt like it was timely when we started the Breathing Room experience. And I think that post COVID, which we're sort of post COVID in certain parts of the nation right now, but not really. We still need something. This is a traumatic experience for all of us. And I think we need something and we need each other. So I hope that some of you can join us. Now I'm done with me. I'm going to type in how you can purchase the book, and then I'm going to bring Danielle on. You can pick up Danielle with talking about the pillows. I'm going to mute myself because I'm noisy again.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Yes, Deb was talking about my pillow covers. Um, my as you can see, yes, I am a chef by trade. I'm a chef. I have my own catering company, my own business, and my aspiration is to be the next B. Smith. I want to be the next B. Smith, but I want to be B. Smith in my own way and still honor her because it's I feel obligated as a black woman to honor my elder who paved the way before me. She was one of the women that paved the way for me to be who I am today. I remember my mom used to take me, all of us, each one of her children out on dates, and she took me to B. Smith's restaurant. Now, all I can remember as a kid was her smile. She has this radiant smile of hers, and she had her own television show. She had her own homeware line. So I want to be the next B. Smith. But someone was asking about the men's apron, which is I have on. It's just it has the one little pocket here. You can stick a spoon, or if you barbecuing, you can stick that spoon in there, and then you have one pocket here. And this is called the Blue Canoe. Um, this is a men's apron. This pattern that my son picked out because he felt that men would gravitate toward this pattern. And also Deb, you talked about the pillows covers, and this is one of the patterns. This is like our African warrior pillow cover, and all these symbols mean something. And I have a list of all these, and I'm gonna post them on my site because these are Andinka um, symbols from the Andinka tribe. They all mean something. I don't know particularly what this means, but it means something, and I'm definitely gonna do more research and put it on my website because all those symbols are very they all mean something, and they're all very spiritual. So, and this is our plaid kente cloth, and as you see, Deb has the Aztec pattern pillow cover, and I have like some more patterns. I think I have like besides these three, I have three more patterns. And again, this is our men's apron with a pocket. It has two front pockets. It ties in the back, and it ties at the neck, just like the woman's apron. And this is our pink cowrie shell apron. And the women's aprons differ because we have the gathering here and it looks girly, and I wanted all my aprons to be girly and look like very feminine and almost like a dress. Like, and a lot of people say, well, I'm gonna wear that as a dress, and I was like, well, go ahead. But I always have pockets in the front. And I absolutely love what I do. Like, I love fabrics, I love the patterns, I love how they speak to me. I love how it reminds me of where we came from. We all are African descendants, and then we just like I love going to the fabric store, and all these fabrics just speak to me, and I feel like at home. So all these things remind me of where we came from. So I just absolutely love, you know, I just absolutely love what I do. And we have, this is our brown circle apron. We have one left. And this is our red tribal pattern. We have one left. And this is our green and purple leaf pattern. And these are, we have few of these. We have like two or three of these. We only have one of these and one of these left on the site. I can't hear you.
You've been doing well. That's really great. Let me talk about pricing for a minute
Mm-hmm.
because Danielle knows that I sort of keep it real. Not sort of, I do. Listen, her prices, like the others who are hand making stuff, I think they're more than reasonable. Um, my youngest sister and I, we're the more frugal ones in my family. And trust me, if I'm paying for it, anybody else can because these are not expensive prices. We want
Yeah,
nice homes. We want nice things. Um, and when I like to feel cute
right,
when I'm cooking. I really do. I get in there with my
right,
music.
exactly.
Um, I'm cooking. I'm washing dishes, and I feel cute. You know, when I'm doing that. And so
Oh, I just want to say
we
one more thing
mhm,
though. I
uh-huh.
added, because you and I had a discussion before, and I had a discussion also with one of my girlfriends. So now I have Sezzle on my website, so you can buy now and pay over time, over four payments. So because a lot of because these are handmade, and they're designed by me, but they're handmade, and I have to they're handmade by a seamstress. So I have a seamstress that I employ that I have to pay. So my aprons are $65, anywhere from $40 to $65 depending on the fabric. But I get that for some people that may be they may be a little steep. So I now offer Sezzle, which is, you can pay for, if you want to get an apron and a head wrap, you can get them both and pay over four payments, pay over time. I
I
now
love it. I am so happy. Look, people is listening. People is listening. And you know what? We share freely because we're not about competition. We're about raising others up, lifting
right,
others up as we go up, right? And I
absolutely
think that's a wonderful thing. So I said the other night when I was talking about Sezzle, I don't use it because I do services. I do services. I do sell books and occasional t-shirts,
right,
but my stuff, you can't sizzle it. It has to be a product, because we're talking about hundreds of dollars. They don't let you sizzle those type of services, right? But I was like, well, I'm gonna since I'm having my site redesigned. I didn't know what my web designer was using for my shopping cart. So they told me once I figure it out, they'll let me take Sezzle. But I want people. The reason why I have a zero at the end of my book, $20, is because it's just easier. You pull out a 20 and you're done. You don't look for no
right,
change, you just get a receipt in the product. But when you are getting into home decorating, and you all know Miss B. Smith died recently from complications of Alzheimer's, but
absolutely,
we were all so proud of her, and for Danielle to want to pattern herself after the life she presented. How many of you ever went to, if you're in New York, I hope that you went to her restaurant at least once in your life, because we support our own. And when she was such a pioneer. Let's help Danielle be the next B. Smith in her
we
own way. Let's
yeah,
do it.
because she to see her come out of her kitchen, to come out the kitchen and greet her guests and actually throw me a smile when I was a kid. That was huge for me. But I
Sure.
didn't even know then that I was being groomed to be the next B. Smith. It's just everything I had to walk my path, and my journey consisted of a lot of different things. I did hair at one point. I was in school to be a veterinary nurse before I even became a chef. So I was
Wow.
in school to be a veterinary nurse, and when my grandmother passed in my company is named after her, Annie Mae's Cheesecakes, and it all started there. I had to, the continuing legacies became more important than taking care of animals. It's like
Sure.
the preservation of my legacy. My grandmother, what she did, I had to continue that on that path. And then shortly after, my mom passed away, and my mom was an amazing cook. So that was my path. I had to go that path. My sister is in Delaware. She's a chef as well. My brother was in North Carolina. He passed away, but he was an awesome, awesome chef. And when he passed away at his funeral, everybody talked about how they had his great food. Like
Wow.
everybody had, so I know that this is in my DNA, and I know this is where I'm supposed to be. So I'm walking my path, and I'm walking it with my head held high, because I know that B. Smith was one of the people that paved the way for me to be able to walk today.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah,
so awesome. And let me tell you all, I do. Her sister also can cook. Her sister can cook. Uh, so they're a cooking family, and I like to give props where they're deserved. And so yes, look, take advantage of Sezzle. They take all major credit cards, just like if you go to her site and you just want to purchase it straight out, that's your option too. But Sezzle is an option for you not to say, oh well, I really want this one and that one, but I don't have the budget for two items today. Well, you can definitely space it out over a few payments. Let me tell you, last week was my birthday, right? Thursday was my birthday. And it's funny because my primary computer laptop, oh my goodness, I had promised that I would show it to you all. But when I say broken, and I
really.
still, oh my goodness, I just don't even have time to show you. Or maybe tomorrow so that people will believe me. I was content to let COVID get by so that I can not spend a lot of money out of my business account to purchase a new one, but having my eye on the end of the year, making sure I would do it by the end of the year. I'm sitting up here, just literally holding my laptop together so that I can do all the stuff that y'all see me doing. And so, Jayla, excuse me, Jayla, excuse me, um, Jayla, I'm so sorry. This is life, y'all. Um, so anyway, so I didn't
Oh,
realize that every time I'm in this little
it was
area
holding the
doing my
laptop
lives.
together.
Yes, oh yes, yes. I didn't realize that my husband was paying attention, that I'm like doing this. Y'all don't even know what I'm doing over here. So he walked by one day and he's like, um, something. He asked me, and I'm not a very technologically savvy person. So he asked me something. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a piece of crap. But I bought it from QVC. That was my point. I bought it from QVC and I paid over time. Cecil is equivalent to QVC. QVC
Right.
will let you do 6, 4, 3 payments. Cecil will let you do 4. So take advantage of that, because what he did was he surprised me and he bought me one. I didn't have to QVC it this time. Um,
Oh,
I was so surprised, pleasantly surprised. This is the one. And if you go back to any of my lives before this, you'll see that the camera is like suspect, but this one is so much better. And so I praise God for this gift. But if you were doing it my way, you would have done it before December 31st, and you would have done it with QVC and be done with it. But here's Danielle presenting her aprons, her headscarves, and did you say you had a pillow covers, all of her items. Nothing is over $65. If you want more than one, treat yourself, but also support her, because she's really making additional moves to than what she is presenting today. So let's support a sister. Let's all support one
yeah,
another, and I thank
duvet, the
you.
duvet covers. You can get the duvet cover set on Sezzle. That's because they're over $100, so you can get that over time and pay for that as well. They are all, everything is on the website.
See, so let's do it. And listen, I had challenged people to um host watch parties, because you absolutely have no idea which one of your friends needs something that we're selling, want to support a black person in getting that thing, a black business owner. And so just do the watch party. So now what I'm doing is, if I get 10 people who host parties, who have more 10 people or more, The vendors excluded, of course, because there's something in it already for them, right? But anyone else who hosts a watch party, you can come from one of the vendors, though. um, 10 or more people, I'm purchasing one item from each and every one of our vendors to give to up to 10 people who host these watch parties. That's how serious I am about us as a community helping one another. We have to help us sustain our businesses,
Absolutely.
but we also have to build community of trust with one another, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So Danielle, thank you. I'm going to bring Jessica back in, and you'll come back around again a couple of
Okay.
times. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jessica.
Hey.
Patiently waiting, patiently waiting. We're happy to have you back.
Happy to be
Talk to us.
back.
Talk to us. What do you want us to know about right now?
um Yeah, so like I was saying, all these items are customizable. So if you do want to purchase a waist bead chain, but you want a customized one, not one that I'm selling, you can email me and we can discuss, sizing and bead colors and things like that. Like I said, you can pick your own bead colors, bead sizes. You can pick your own charms. If you were looking for like an unk piece or you were looking for an evil eye piece, you can do that. And I also have crystals. I can basically get any crystal. As far as like tiger's eye, rose quartz, amethyst, things like that. To add on. So yeah, I mean, I can work with anyone with any idea that you have that you want to bring to life, whether it's a bracelet, anklet, or a waist bead chain. Um, what I will ask of anyone here, if anyone has any ideas, I wanted to start doing some things for men.
Okay.
And I actually just started yesterday. I was just working on some pieces, so I had some malachite. So I have some malachite here and some
Mm,
black obsidian. I have some black lava with some black obsidian. I also have some tiger's eye. But if anyone knows of any beads or any crystals or anything that men would like, so that I can add to my line, I would greatly appreciate that.
I
What
love
would
that.
men want?
What would men want? Men, if you are still out there, because Tuesday when we did our little pre-show, we did have men saying, "What do you have for women? For men? What do you have for men?" So we're
Right.
glad. Leilani asked earlier, your mom actually. She asked your mom about aprons for men and his and her aprons. But the brothers, I'm happy that you're asking, what do they want?
Right.
What would make them happy? Because men like jewelry too,
Yeah.
and they like different things. So, men, this is your opportunity to share with Jessica, share with all of us what you might like. And we're here for you. We want you to feel good about yourself. We want you to know we
Absolutely.
care about you, and we want you to know that we're willing to invest in you by purchasing something for you, made especially by one of us for you. So, kudos to you for asking that question. Jessica's information is streaming across the bottom, her website. And on your website, is there a way for them to contact you, like through a contact sheet or so, a contact form?
I don't have one set
Okay,
up, but
okay.
just via
So,
my email.
so let's put your email in here.
Okay.
All
It's
right. Mm-hmm.
ready. It's
Yeah.
info at a bit of everything.com.
Um, Requesting suggestions for men's items. I love that. I love it. Love it. Please think about emailing Jessica any ideas that either men might have for themselves, or sisters you may have for the men who you care about, young or old, because we never want to leave our brothers out. And
Right.
we love black men, we love men, period. And so we want to I love only black men or men
Yes.
of the diaspora. That's me. But some of
Yep.
you love other men, okay? And
Okay.
men become men, I guess. But we are we're specifically talking about what men might like, and that question did come up on Tuesday, and so we want to try to satisfy that. Jessica, go on and take it away. I need to mute myself because the noise is starting. If there's other
Okay. So again, I wanted to talk about the press on nails. I actually put some on a set on that I had created already. Yeah, they come pre-sized. So once you contact me about any of the press-on nails, I will let you know how to size your nail bed so that they fit to your liking. And basically they can be designed with a design, or they can be solid. You can pick a shape, whether you like them, short or squared or coffin shape or stiletto, any type of thing like that. And like I said, even for women who don't normally wear nails, if you wanted to just try maybe like another shape, or maybe do something fancy to go out. Well, I don't know if I'm going out anywhere, but just to try on. Maybe it's your birthday or something, and you can wear them, and wear them for the day or the weekend or whatever, and then take them off and reuse them another time. I think this is a great way for people to try something new, with their nails. Well, I know some nails shops are open, but for some, people who are so leery about it, you can always purchase the press-on sets. And again, I guess I'll just show some more of the bracelets that I have. Um, So like I said, these are the bracelets. They're all elastic band. They can also be customized with beads, colored beads, glass beads. I have jade beads. I have agate beads. I have ceramic beads. Crackle design beads. All types of different type of beading I can get. If you don't see anything on the website, you can always inquire within to see if I can get it for you. Because if I don't got it, I can get it. And the charms also as well. I can always, I'm always on the lookout for beading and charms and things like that. So if you see something, maybe you'll give me a new idea. I love new. I love to do my research and to find something new. Um, in these charms, some of them are quoted with just some affirmations. She believed she could, so she did. I am grounded. Just certain things to just maybe take a look at on your wrist and just send you a reminder of who you are and what your power is. So um and for those of you who are into crystals, some things like the labradorite, and things like that, and tiger's eye, just certain things to keep you grounded, to keep you protected. The black obsidian, the rose quartz, just to work on your self love and to give love and to receive love. So the rose quartz is good for that. Yeah, I mean, I'm all into doing research and getting new things. If I don't have it, like I said, I could get it. I could try to get it. So yeah, I'm open to customizing anything for you. If you don't see anything that you like, I can try to get it for you.
Awesome.
And I also was interested in doing a kids line. I did make some for my daughter, but she's a little rough with the jewelry and things like that. She loses them, or she's like at the park and she's being rough. So I did want to do something for maybe older girls, like around 13 or something, or maybe even start a class where I can teach them to make their own jewelry line. So
That's a great idea.
yeah, so I have some things that I'm thinking of, and I'm open to any suggestions or anything like that. So
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. I like that crackle one. Can you show me that one again? I'm trying to think what I'm going to
oh,
purchase from you.
wait, which color?
I think it was blue.
The blue
And I'm not a
one?
blue person. I thought you pointed to a blue one when you said it was crackle. Well, it
Mm,
was a bracelet though.
I have the black one. I have a purple. I
Let's see
don't
the
have
black
a.
one.
I
Let's
don't
see the
have a
black one.
blue one. So this is. I can put it on here. So this is.
I like that.
Yeah, it has the centerpiece and it has the crackle beading.
Yeah, I like that. So can you please put that one aside from me?
Absolutely.
Look, and let me, since you're here, before I go back to Martha, let me go on and purchase one of those waist beads as well before somebody else snatches it up.
Okay. Did I pull one up that you saw, or you want to go on the website?
Yeah, I'll go on the website.
Okay.
I'll go on the website. But that you can hold over for me. Thank you so much, Jessica.
Okay.
We are coming up on 2 hours, and I'm gonna let Martha take us out with the 2 hours mark. Ready, Martha?
Ready?
All right, all right. Welcome back. Let me change the banner. Take it from there.
Um, Again, I just wanted to reiterate how good CMOS is for our immune system. And if anyone else is interested in elderberry, which is also equally good, you can contact Donna Kelly. And on Facebook, she's listed as Bella Donna. And tell her that I sent you. She's the one who introduced me to CMOS, and I'm grateful for her for doing that. I was purchasing from her, and she told me, why don't I do it for myself? And that's what I've been doing. And I've been shipping it North Carolina, Florida, Georgia. I've been shipping CMOS everywhere. But people, do keep in mind when you buy a jar, that should not be your last jar, whether you get it from me or someone else. That should not be your last jar. In order to keep building your immune system up, you need to continually take the CMOS or whatever it is that you start to take for your body. We should get back to more natural things in our bodies. We were talking about that earlier. I'm going to also be doing the ginger shots. I got my ginger in there, and my turmeric, and some lemon. I'm going to be mixing my own ginger shots because that's good for inflammation. We spoke about that earlier. Sea moss also is good for inflammation. Um, what else have I not covered? You can reach me through email royallady1216@gmail.com. Or if you want to call me, you have any other questions, you can call me at 347-528-1641. Or you can send a message in the chat right here.
Yep.
Are there
Awesome.
any questions in the chat, Deborah?
I don't see any right now. I think we're in the middle of people. I'm gonna put that information you just shared though in the chat. So I wanted to go back to something you said though. I did because I picked up on it. Um, I think that because of pain, especially if it's chronic pain, um, sometimes we don't give natural um, solutions
Mm-hmm.
enough time to
Mm-hmm.
work. And what I found is that for myself, because I had the sciatica and another chronic illness, um, pain management had to be a part of it. And so to me, pain management starts in the mind. How much you can take, you know. Um, and I found that, and I find that we as a people, we really have become somewhat dependent upon prescription medicines in that if we do have a discomfort, we will run to the doctor and take whatever medicines they give us without exploring more natural ways. So I sort of definitely co-sign what you're saying is if you start, you really should continue on with the CMOS for as long as possible, unless you do become critically ill and the doctors take you off everything, you know. But you definitely, I think we really need to give our bodies a chance to sort of go back to a more natural state. Can you speak a little bit more about that because it's really important? You started earlier talking about the steroids shot that you got, but you are in your mind committed to not becoming dependent on having them. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Just earlier this month, actually, I'm going to go back a little more. You spoke about something about pain. I have a high tolerance for pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's not always good because you don't really take it, not that you don't take it serious. I can be in serious pain and I'm tolerating it because I can, but we shouldn't always do that. I actually had a fall August of last year. I fell in the street in front of the train station and I tore my rotator cuff, two tears actually, and I got screws in my shoulder.
Wow.
They wanted to put me on some serious medication, you know, the oxycodone, all that kind of stuff. I had the surgery. I didn't take that medication. I did what I had to do to heal myself without that strong medication because I didn't want to get hooked on anything, and also I just didn't want to get hooked on anything. I never
Right.
used drugs, and I didn't want to take that medication. But going back to the natural, ask me that question again because my chain of thought got lost.
Oh, no, no, no. Well, I was saying,
Oh
I
my
was just
goodness.
saying, no, it's fine. You were talking about the arthritis. Someone had asked you, was it good for
Okay,
arthritis? And I asked you, you said it is.
I got it now. Yes,
Okay.
it is good
Mhm.
for it eases joint pains. I'm not going to say it cures it, but it eases joint pain, so it helps. I took first time ever too. I had a 6 day regime of steroids because my arthritis, the pain that I was experiencing, and it was getting really bad in my hand and my knee, my fingers. I do a lot with my hands besides just the sea moss. I crochet. I do
Oh,
my hair, my daughter's hair. I do a lot with my hands, and I need my hands. So when my hands was feeling like the pain was a little unbearable, I said, okay, maybe I better pay attention now. So the doctor had put me on that 6 day steroid. But then I said, I can't do this. I cannot be on pills because usually if you start something, you keep it up because it feels good, and it did help.
right.
But I said, I don't want another prescription. I'm not going to stay on steroids. I know that the sea moss does ease the inflammation, ease the pain, so I'm using that. And other things we can do is we have to stretch. We have to move that place that's pain. Every morning, before I even get out the bed, I'm laying there stretching my fingers, and massaging my own fingers and things like that. There are other things that we can do, and it may be a little painful to hit those nerves and stretch. Like you said, you have sciatica. Stretching is
Mhm.
very good. Yoga is good for sciatica. Also, there's certain ways I know about sciatica too, because the L5 and the L4.
Yes, yes,
Stretching is good for that, or physical therapy if needed. But
yep,
I just want to stay away from medication because all we do is keep the pharmaceutical business going. And
absolutely.
that's all.
Yeah.
I'd
No,
rather
you're
look
right.
into all natural type, whatever we can take natural.
Right. And I think I encourage that also. And I used to listen to WBAI a lot. They had Dr. Ali on. He was into ion therapy. But they also had Dr. Gary Nolan
Mhm.
who's also a medical doctor, but he has totally transitioned into natural health.
Mhm.
And he treats terminally ill cancer patients when the traditional doctors and medicine have ceased to work and have given them up for dead. And he has a track record of helping them live. And so when I said to myself, and this has been really a long, long time with him, me studying him and listening to Dr. Ali, and I said, if these are medical doctors who are teaching the masses about alternative medicines, why aren't we doing it more? And I'm trying to do a whole forks over knives lifestyle, but again, I like fish and I also like chicken. So I'm working on the whole pescatarian move that will eventually go to a forks over knives type of diet. When that's just vegetables and fruits, of course. Um, but then there's also the Gerson method. So I started just studying stuff, and the Gerson, Dr. Gerson, another cancer treatment specialist, who discovered decades ago that through vitamin C, cancer can be averted, but they demonized him. And so I typically look to support theories that are not popular, if that makes sense, because I
Yeah.
always feel like there's a dollar attached to it. And like you said, the pharmaceutical companies, they're getting so rich. They already market directly to us. They don't go through doctors anymore. So that should be a pause for cause right there, and to try and do something that's more healthy. Like you were saying, you're healthy, but you're not a big vegetable eater, so you do supplements or you do other things to get those nutrients that you're not getting. We can all do that. And so we're at the 2 hour point, and I need to know that you all are out here ready to support these wonderful vendors with the CMOS, the waist beads, the aprons, the head scarves. We really need your support. We want this to be a success for every vendor here, and we want to make relationships with you all in terms of our products and our services, so that we can all be in this together and build our community together and keep our money circulating within the Black community for longer than 6 hours. So maybe some of you are wondering, why is she doing a 12-hour stint? I'm glad you asked, because even though I'm going to be worn out come Sabbath, Saturday, um, it's worth it to me if I can help just one other entrepreneur, but I'm helping 10 here, trying to anyway, or 11, whatever the number is, 12, I forget, because you see, I'm getting tired, but it's so worth it to me because the research shows that the dollar in the Black community only stays there for 6 hours. So I said, well, let's double that. So by you supporting these vendors, all of us today and tomorrow, you are ensuring that these dollars spent are staying in our community for not 6 hours, but for an entire day. If we're able to hold on to our dollars earned from your support for 24 hours, do you realize that gives us an opportunity to think more clearly as to where we're going to put our funds? We just heard Jessica say she's asking for suggestions as to mail products. She's thinking about doing a class, a jewelry making class for older young girls. Well, listen, she can do more than think if she has the money to put into the marketing. Even though we have these platforms that are free, we still have to do grassroots marketing that costs us money sometimes. Just imagine if you're able to help Martha, Jessica, and Danielle sell their by buying their products today. They will be able to better plan a marketing strategy, which is not easy, as is evidenced by some of the questions that you're asking. We want to be able to answer all of your questions. We want to be able to put together nice ads that run across Facebook or Instagram that will attract your attention because we are able to afford to have it run for a full week. Facebook ads are effective, but they are expensive. And so I'm just giving you the background as to what we have to do to keep these businesses open. Danielle has these very unique prints that she purchases. Everybody loves and she had a lot of comments about them as well. Everybody loves the African prints, but they're not cheap, everybody. She has one vendor, and she just shared that she has a seamstress that she pays. So she has someone on payroll um, that she has to pay whether she sells anything or not, because they've done the work, right? So in order to keep her um, with the ability to do that and also advertise, as we all want to do, we need to sell our products. We really need to sell our products, and we really want you all to support this effort. We don't wake up and it just happens. I say this a lot in the church. People come to church and they see everything in order, they see everything in place, and that's what they expect every week. They don't have a clue, nor do they often care how it got the way it got. We spend a lot of times, like I said earlier, we have an after school and a summer camp. At the end of on a Friday, my children and I, we stay and we set up the church, transitioning it from the after school to church. But people come in like la 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 la, I'm at church, without ever thinking about the time spent to make it comfortable for them. And it's the same thing with business owners. We're not able to bring you our products on a consistent basis like we want to if we don't have platforms like this, if we don't have a huge social media following. We have to sustain our businesses beyond our family and our friends, and so we use opportunities like this, platforms like these, to try to push out the word. But these things cost money every time we do them, and so we really appreciate your support, your friends' support, and your family support for us today. No item today has been priced over $65. Tomorrow, we do have one vendor whose items go up to $140 because they believe it's worth it. So do I, or else I wouldn't have brought it to you. I try to choose quality, and I've been blessed so far today with 8 dynamic business owners who I believe deserve your support. And I really want you all to try to do your best to support them. Okay? Thank you, everyone. I'm going to check the chat now, see if we have anything new over here. Let's see. I think I saw a brother coming here. I at least saw his name. My sister said, Juanita Presley. Let me stop calling her my sister because I want you all to know who your potential customers are. I'm going to bring everybody back in right now. She said, this is powerful. She wants to know from you, Martha, is the CMOS topical?
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, it is. I'll tell you some other uses that I've used it for also. I've used the sea moss, spread it out, take a spoon. I've used it as a mask also. This morning I used it as a mask.
Yep.
Okay.
You can even put it in your hair. Some use it as a conditioner or to wash it, either one. So it is
Yep.
topical as far as if you want to use it as a mask, if you want to put it in your hair and give yourself a deep conditioner. So it is topical. I don't
Okay,
know
I
about
didn't know
other
that.
parts, but for the face, I have used it. I used it this morning as a mask.
Yeah, I've
Wow.
used it as well. I've used it as well, and I actually need more. But yeah, I'm gonna get some from you, Martha. But yeah, I've used it as a mask as well.
It feels
Okay.
good. It feels good. It cleans those pores. It feels good, refreshing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow. Who knew? I mean, I'm so glad you asked that question, Juanita. And so we got our answer not only from the provider, but also from a frequent user, Danielle, who uses it as a mask as well. And Juanita said, we need to think about where and when we spend our money, and that's absolutely correct. We spend because of convenience often, but
Hmm.
like I shared earlier, I don't know if it was tonight in this session or earlier, about the brothers who sell the watermelons on Lenox and 139. I'm all the way at the end of the Bronx, but I don't mind going all the way down there. And it's really not all the way. We in New York, we know the distance and everything. So Harlem is not far. But when I can go to say Fairway, which is like 10 minutes away, and get one of theirs, as opposed to going and purchasing one from a brother who brings them from Georgia, North Carolina, and other parts of the South, and they are seeded. I
Yeah.
am willing to pay the extra to
Yep.
get it and to love it when I eat it because I I am a watermelon person. And so those are the type of things that we have to be thoughtful about. Convenience over supporting our own. There was a time, for those of you who seem to want to forget, when we had to walk miles to get food because they would not allow us to purchase things from their stores. Or if they
Absolutely.
did, we had to go in by the back door, spending the
Hmm.
same money. So, look, I personally don't play that. If you don't like my money, that's okay. Somebody else will. And I'm always looking for someone who looks like me who might. You know, over someone who's going to give me a hassle to purchase something from them. If you don't appreciate my business, too bad. I will find someone who does. That's why this period has been such a good time for exploration into and expansion into other businesses, because now we're able to provide things that big companies have been providing for people where we couldn't before. And I'm excited about uncovering some of those businesses as well. um, Juanita shouted you out, Danielle. I don't know if you saw it. She said, "So proud of you and all of you business owners." Thank you, Juanita. We thank you and we appreciate your support. Um, yeah, we just appreciate your support. Um, and I don't want it to be lost on the audience that not Danielle, Jessica is asking for your help. The name of her business is A Bit of Everything, which means that she does her research based on what people say they want, and she goes out there, and we call it sourcing, just like Danielle does with the fabrics, sourcing. we find those items that will satisfy your request, and that's not even cheap.
Yeah, I help my baby now.
Help her. She's the younger here, so we always want to lift up the younger.
Absolutely.
We want her to be successful. We want her to know that there are good people out there willing to support her. I don't want to walk away from here. There are two talking about this way of saying we want to get rid of our guts. I'm doing
She breaking up. On
She just went
Yeah, she went.
silent.
okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was me.
She's losing connection.
Are
oh
you
my goodness, it's a
you good?
storm.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's a storm.
Yeah,
It
Yeah, it's
is a
yeah,
light.
it
storm.
is.
It's
Yeah,
lightning. It's
yeah.
lightning out. Yeah.
And it's affecting our connection, but we'll go as long as you all are willing to hang in, as long as we have a connection. But what I was saying is that I know I'm not the only one who wants to see this gut go down. Waist beads, from all my research, tells me that it's a non-scale victory. If it start out tight
Uh
and you
huh.
feel it loosen up, tell me about it, Jessica. You feel it
Yep.
loosen up, you've done something right. So I want that feeling. And so I don't want to be the only one who wants that feeling. I know somebody else out there wants to feel a little loosening around the waist, um, or a bracelet or an ankle bracelet. I used to wear those. And I don't, I stopped, but for no particular reason. But they're so cute on your ankles. Best
Hmm.
in the summer. We got a few more weeks of nice
Yeah.
weather. Let's
I've been
support
wearing
her.
like her. I've been wearing waist beads for like 2.5 years. We've been both wearing. We both actually got our first pair the same day, and
Really?
it's very liberating when you put on waist beads, especially at this age. It's very liberating. It's how you view it. I don't. This is what it is, and that's just what it is. It is. I have three pairs on, and I wear them. I bathe in them. I do not take them off. Um,
I didn't know that. I didn't know
you
you
could
could do
bathe,
that.
yeah, you could bathe in them.
Yeah.
You could bathe
Okay.
in them. You don't need to take them off. And it will let you know when you're eating too much because mine has let me know. And it gets a little tight, and you be like, all right, now let me push away from the table. But when you put them on, not just for weight loss purposes, but for it liberates you as a woman. I'm
Okay.
telling you, it's because of the spiritual connection and the spiritual meaning behind the waist beads. If you Google it and look at it, and our ancestors have been doing this for in Africa for way longer than we have been here. They've been doing this and they've been adorning themselves with waist beads, and it means different things to different women, and you might put a pair on and it might mean something totally different to you, but for me it was very liberating, and it made me, I don't care, like, this is what it is. I don't care about, I'm not getting a tummy tuck. I'm not, this is, I love me, and this is what I not, and this is, I'm here.
All or nothing. All or
Right.
nothing.
That's it. Give me a little extra.
We are women of a certain age, and things happen. Things happen, and
Absolutely.
but, but
Life.
but we've also been fed this ideal of a woman, and we were never shaped like that ideal that has been peddled to us and has caused insecurities. And so to hear you say it does something for us as women, I think about that, because that is the way we're shaped, and we are beautifully shaped. Especially when people spend thousands of dollars risking lives to have shapes like ours, it is something that we should be very proud of. And if it's liberating, like you say, Danielle, I think we should at least give it a try. And even when you speak about our ancestors, that too, the practices of our ancestors have been demonized, um, just to make us think that they were wicked. And I think we accept those things have been pushed on us,
Hmm.
without ever researching for ourselves. And so
Absolutely.
I appreciate you bringing that bit of cultural history into waist beads, and I'm getting mine. So let me, a brother who is such a great supporter of mine, Bingas, he was here. I've done a show with him. We did a political show together.
Yes, you have. I saw it.
You
Yeah.
saw it, right? It was really,
Yes.
he's like the
He's very
nicest
smart,
person.
very intelligent,
Very,
very,
very.
very, very nice. I hope one day I get to see him in person, but he's very, very knowledgeable, and he's so gracious. And when I saw him
Yes.
on the live, I was like, wow, that's a really, for him to be young, he's definitely on the ball.
Oh yeah, and I love finding, and I don't mean this in any way degrading. I love finding hidden jewels, and because he is one of those. He has been, he started out for me as a quiet supporter, and I love that because I study people too. I want to see if there's some genuine nature in you, and that's what I believe he did with me. He came out to my book signing last March. We did a Black Panther panel whenever that year it came out. What was that, 2017, 16? And he came out. He is a huge supporter, and he's asking you, so he's studying you as well. He says, Sister Danielle, I believe you own a restaurant, correct?
No, not yet.
Not
It's
yet.
it's in the works.
He's
Yeah,
speaking it into existence,
yeah, it's in the works. It's in the works.
That's great. So he's watched and he's seen. And you know what, Danielle, you're probably going to have a story to tell because she was working on it so feverishly, like a lot of people. The pandemic hit, and but we are supportive of you. Bingas and I will come from the Bronx, and Martha will come from the Bronx when you are ready to open, because that's how we show support for our own. And I'm so excited for whenever it happens for you. Whenever it happens, I'm
Thank you.
excited. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna
Thank
bring
you.
folks with you. Juanita and I travel a lot together, so I'm
Right.
sure to be there.
Make sure you bring Juanita.
You know it, you know it, you know it. What is she saying here? She says, as I sit here nervously eating unsalted tips. Share what? Oh, I'm not. What is she saying? Chips? Okay. Share or send me where I can find out about getting rid of guts. Well, so the waist beads themselves won't get rid of your gut, Juanita. While you're eating your salted chips, they ain't gonna get rid of my gut either.
No.
But their guide to they're like sort of like to let you know how far to go. Juanita, you remember when I
Absolutely.
was selling artists? I was selling the Body Magic, right? The cincher that takes you three sizes down in 10 minutes. Remember what, when you're wearing the waist, the Body Magic, your stomach cannot take but so much food. So by the fact that I was wearing the body cincher like that, it won't let you keep eating. You're gonna get sick. So in that sense, it reminds you to stop. But the waist beads, like I said, if you're wearing it, and Jessica, correct me where I'm wrong, if you're wearing it and you start wearing it snug. See, Jessica talked about a fupa, but I saw her wrap one twice around her little bitty itty bitty waist.
Not me.
You, but oh well, maybe you had on multiple ones. Maybe that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so but you put it on, and like I said, I'm high waisted, so my girth is up here, like right under my stomach. I'm not ashamed. Ah,
Uh-huh.
so it's right here, everybody.
Hmm.
And so if I put one on, it's gonna sit right here. This is where I want mine to sit, and it's
Right.
probably gonna sit snugly. And so once I put it on and I start treating my body better, Nita, I've tried not to eat a lot of chips. And I'm a Ruffles and M&M peanuts person. That was my treat. I'm saying, Martha, help me. So,
I'm just as bad.
Oh,
I had some Intamin's pound cake right before.
those are good too. But I had to stop because I sort of started feeling sick, but I just love Ruffles. So I will notice, like say before I stopped eating them like 2 weeks ago or so, I would notice if I had put Jessica's waist bead around how tight, how big my stomach was, puffy. But these 2 weeks, I probably would have seen it drop a little. Is that how it works if you're doing better, Jessica?
Yeah, the size and it'll fall down.
It'll fall down. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, or if you would eat too much, your stomach would get big. They will roll up.
roll up. So
See,
it's your guide.
Yeah, they would get.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
See, it just sits there. But trust me, if I ate too much, it would be like this, and it was
yeah, they would roll
uncomfortable.
up. Uh huh.
And then let you know, like, all right, now, sister girl.
You're doing too much. So
Yeah,
so that's how it works, Nita. So let's invest together, not together, we got to each have our own, but let's support her, and it'll be a guide for us, it'll be a guide for us. Juanita, do me a favor, Miss Anderson wanted to come on. Can you share the watch party with her, because I wanted to share with her and this platform, I wanted her to be able to talk about it if she wants to, like I did with Kia earlier today. um Yes, those water, the brothers in Harlem. She's talking about the brothers. It's probably another name attached to them, but you can't miss them. If you go to 139th Street on the uptown side, headed to 145th Street, 100 and Lenox Avenue, they're right on the corner. You cannot miss them.
right.
Jump out, get your yellow watermelon. Danielle makes a good watermelon drink. Well, it looks good. I haven't actually purchased it, but I assume
Yeah,
that it's
I
good.
give. Yeah, I sourced my watermelon from a older black gentleman in my neighborhood. He's
Okay.
been a staple in my neighborhood, and I'm hoping that he stays in my neighborhood. And I do whatever I can to support him to make sure and ensure that he stays in my neighborhood. When we go by there, we sit, we watch, because you know how these people are. They'll watch you, and then they'll call the people on you, and next thing you know, you be in problems. So when I do go
Wow.
there, I will look for him, and I'll look out after him as well, because he's an elder and he's a staple in our neighborhood. Because you know how our neighborhoods are changing and they're gentrified. These people are coming here, and next thing you know, he has a pickup truck with all type of watermelons in the back of his truck, and then they will deem that as an eyesore, and next thing you know, they'll try to get
They'll
him
be
removed
gone.
from there.
Yeah.
So I try to be supportive. I have his number directly. I call him and I ask him, "Are you out there? What do you have?" And I go, and I don't buy slices. I buy a whole entire watermelon. If he has yellow and if he has red, I get one of each. I don't haggle with him. His prices are his prices.
That's right.
And if sometimes he writes the price on the watermelon is 18.75, I give him $20 and I keep going. I said keep the change, and because some and I do that because what he's done for me, um when he has watermelon already sliced at the end of the day, he doesn't want to take it home. He calls me and he has me pick it up.
Wow.
Free watermelon, and
That is
I've done
nice.
that so many times. So it's being reciprocated. I give
Right.
to him and he's giving back to me. So it's
Right.
like, I support him. I'm not going to the grocery stores. Those watermelons are genetically GMO,
Exactly.
Yeah.
genetically modified. I don't want them. My watermelon has to have seeds. I grew up with them with
Absolutely.
seeds, and that's what I do. And
That's the
that's
real watermelon.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. I agree, and I'm glad you found someone. Look, I was so happy. I don't know if you all can see it without me dropping them, but I'm not even a country girl, but I'm definitely from the South. These are my watermelon seeds from my yellow watermelon that I'm getting ready to plant. I know it's a little late,
Oh.
but
Yeah,
that's how serious I am about my watermelon now, for
yeah.
real. Yeah. So listen, I'm hearing, oh, so Juanita's asking, will you all be here tomorrow? Yes, they will all be here tomorrow. I think at the same times. Yep. We have a few more we're adding to the different time slots tomorrow, but everyone who you see here today, they will be here tomorrow, because that's our commitment to selling with each other 2 days in a row. But we really, if you are interested in anything that you are seeing tonight, please indicate it in the chat, because we need to encourage everybody that you do like what we're selling and you are interested in purchasing from us. Okay. And again, Black Business Month ends on Monday. We're trying to book as much revenue as possible during this weekend, so that we can go into September strong. We want to go into September strong, able to plan what comes next. We're in September ends the third quarter. One of the vendors earlier today, and I'm pretty sure because I've watched Danielle a lot, she'll be having a Labor Day sale or something like that. Um, I personally like to just sell when I do. You know why? Because there truly is a lot of competition during these holidays. And I'm not a big holiday type person. I like to do it off of those times. But when everybody's in the mindset to purchase, it is really a good time for business owners to do that. Um, yeah. Hi, Miss Anderson. Thank you for joining us. Why don't you put in the chat what you do? And I'm happy to share with everyone. So I'm happy when people get on. Like you should invite your friend Belladonna on for us tomorrow. And I keep talking about her because that's what we have to do for each other. Let me share something that I had called Danielle about a few months ago. Danielle, it might have been yesterday, but it feels like months ago because I'm just like going with the when the calendar changes, okay, I'm there, but it just feels like time is just going. So one of my sisters has shared a video with me, and so I was like, you know what? We can't do our summer camp this summer. What we gonna do? I wasn't worried though, because through this whole pandemic, we had to shut down the after school and we couldn't run our summer camp. And the summer camp is a huge income for the church because if anyone listening or goes to church, you know that in the summer people just don't give because they're doing vacation, they're not around, and they sort of forget about the church. And I'm not breaking on anybody. I've just seen it for many, many, many years. And small church, large churches, it's just that's just what happens. So the summer camp was always a extra um um that was
Income.
it was an anchor and a what do you call it, a backup. You know, we did not have to worry about bills because of the summer camp, so we didn't have that. So my sister had sent me something. She said, what do you used to do this? And I said yes. And so I said, well, this only works if you have people that you trust. I haven't worked in a traditional office in Jayla is 16, no, Jason, since 2002. What is that, 18 years or something like that? So I haven't worked for others in 18 years. But I knew that this was going to be impactful either for the church and for me and the staff that I usually hire. So I said, well, this is different. You have to get people who you really trust. So the first person, and often I think of Danielle first because we just jive like that. You know, we just do. I buy from her. She supports me. It works. It's a win-win relationship. She's not just taking. I'm not just taking. So I called her and she's like, Deb, listen, this thing is not what you're used to. And I'm hesitant to even say what it was, Danielle, but I do believe
I know.
people people are out there still getting played by this system. So she's like, look, there was someone who had presented this to her. Bottom line is this: I don't want people to feel desperate. We're not pleading with you all to purchase. We have been able to sustain our businesses through the pandemic because we are covered. I believe that we're covered by the Most High. And so we've been able to sustain ourselves, but we want to be here even longer. We want to have an opportunity to grow our businesses. So, needless to say, she talked me out of even pursuing that before beyond our conversation. A few weeks later, fast forward, and a huge um, takedown, I suppose, or uncovering of a huge scheme around this issue that I had talked to her about.
Right in Mount Vernon.
Right
Right
in Mount
in Mount
Vernon.
Vernon.
It
I
was
heard
horrible.
about it.
You heard about
Yeah.
it, right? And I don't want to give them credit by calling it out, but I want
Right.
people to avoid it. So anybody who wants to know, you can inbox me, but I'm not going to give it credit because if we had 400 people earlier, I don't know yet how many people are watching, but I'm not going to give credit to a scheme. And the problem that I have always, it's one thing if people outside of our community take us. But when we do it to one another, it hurts so much bad worse because we should be able to trust one another. I
Absolutely.
should be I should be able to if Danielle is standing watch by this elder's watermelon truck helping if they try to take it away from him, helping him spruce it up just to combat them. I need to be willing to go from the Bronx to Brooklyn to help her stand watch so that he can keep his business. But I do not need to go down there because she shared that at the end of the day, if he has leftover watermelons, he gives them to her free. Go down there expecting to get them free for myself. That's not how community is built. That's not how community works. Community works when everybody achieves their goals together because they're helping one another. And these people took advantage of vulnerable people during
Absolutely.
a pandemic. And
Yeah,
it's shameful. It's really
it
shameful.
is. It
And
is.
I believe there's, go on, you can speak about it if you want, either one of you, both of you.
No, it just causes more of a distrust amongst us.
Yep.
And because you and I know that traditionally this was something that was very organic when it started years ago. When it
Mm-hmm.
was, and I participated in many of them
Yep.
years ago with coworkers, with whoever, family members, friends, and you knew, and it wasn't, and I've never been in one where there was a problem. But like I was saying, you can't get out. There's no way you can get out more than what you put in. And
Exactly.
how they took something so organic and turned it into a whole entire scam was really was really disheartening, and it was atrocious, and it just like I'm glad that it's dying down now, where you don't hear much about it, which I'm glad. But you have to be on the lookout because they over there cooking up the next scheme.
Of
Trust me,
course.
believe it.
Of course they are. And one of the earlier vendors, Patricia, her t-shirts, they're very Afrocentric and Caribbean
Yeah, I
centric.
saw that. Yeah,
And right, and you saw that well, your scarf, No Woman No Cry, Jamaica, that was something started, like you said, organically in the islands for people to have a come up, for people to help one another out.
right.
And they bastardized it. That's how I feel,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. And I think about our brothers and sisters on the island who are still doing this, but now are probably feeling some pressure and heat and a level of distrust where trust may have existed before. Martha, did you want to weigh in on that? We all know what we're talking about. We do. Jessica, you probably know as well.
I heard about it, but I don't even have anything because, like you said, it's sad when we can't trust one another. We'll have friends or family asking us to be a part of something, and you only become a part of it because you trust that person. But when it goes haywire, and then someone says, "Well, there's nothing else I can do," and I'm sorry about, you're not really sorry. You didn't care at all. So
Right.
that's it's really
Right.
sad. It's
It
really
is.
sad. But I
It
did
is.
hear about it.
Yeah, it's sad. Let me thank you all for, I shared that to just to say that as we enter into go into the third month of this quarter, the third quarter, we want to be strong. I want to share with people that just because you see the Dow and the Nasdaq doing the indexes doing well, guess what? That doesn't mean that Main Street, that none of the politicians ever utter anymore, is doing well. Main Street are the you and I's of the world. We're not the big time investors on Wall Street. Sure, I have investments. Sure, I'm happy when I see the Dow close high. However, that's not affecting everyday life. When you still have employees of Amazon complaining about work conditions, when Amazon is $1 trillion company now, it's not affecting Main Street. When you hear about Apple being a $3 trillion company, and now the stores are shut down because of the pandemic, things are changing. It's not affecting us in the way that it should be. But when you see 8 women, Black women, business owners out here making products, selling products to help you either in your health, to help you in your comfort, in your daily life, with beautiful things like pillows that, just make you feel good about yourself. waist beads that, as Danielle said, gives you a sense of liberation as a woman. And I guess, Juanita, you and I are going to have to buy them to know what she's actually talking about. But and that Jessica is seeking how to expand her offerings to include men, not as an afterthought, but aggressively pulling the men forward. That this You're not getting that all the time. You're not getting that. I watch Black business owners on Instagram all day, trying to see what I can glean from the best of them, and trying to see what I can take from the worst of them and not incorporate it into my mindset or my practices. And a lot of what's going on over there, sadly, is not great. And there's no care for the community. Um, you don't have to be an activist like myself or Danielle. You don't have to be that person, but you certainly can in your product offerings or in your business. Tell us how you're giving back. Um, Even though Jessica may charge a nominal fee to teach young women how to make their own jewelry, that's more of a service than it is a profit thing for her. Do you understand? Anytime it's education, and educators who are on here will know and co-sign this, you are doing this as a labor of love more than for the return
Absolutely.
that you're getting, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So that's why we want your support, because we believe that we are quality, and we are quality business owners, and we stand behind our products 100%. And we just want your support. Let me share with you all Miss Anderson, who herself is an administrator in a school. I hope that I got that right. Marita Anderson. She's in the comments. I'm going to just read what she put. My name is Marita Anderson, and I am with a company called Rain. It is a seed nutrition. So we've been talking a lot about nutrition because we're talking about the sea moss here. um, Good for your health. The products are all natural, vegan, vegetarian, and there's no GMOs. And Danielle and I were just talking about that in terms of the watermelons. And so um, there are a couple of people at our church who have purchased these products from her. I purchased them, and here's the only thing that I said. I had purchased the trial kit. They have a nice little trial kit. The problem is I was doing so much on my own. I do collagen, the vitamin D. So even vitamins can interact with one another in a negative way, right?
Yep. Yep.
Right. So sometimes we can take too much stuff. The taste is wonderful, but I needed to back away from it because I was already invested in the other stuff. And when I say invested, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the time. Like you were saying, you've been using your CMOS for 6 months now, Martha. Well, I think you owe it to yourself to integrate stuff after a 6 month period. And that's the reason I didn't. But she does have clients and customers in our church and beyond our church who like the products, and they have been helping. If I'm wrong about that, you can definitely say so here, Miss Anderson. She has listed her website, maritaandersontaylor.trysoul.com. Please just check it out. Everyone who's in watching our live, please just check it out, because I think we need to move towards healthier options. I would rather drink, and she's just in Brooklyn, and I'm lazy. I really am lazy to go out to Brooklyn. But every time she puts her refreshing, I am. That's why you don't see me out
I
there.
know. That's why I did that.
I'm just being honest. But next time you come up to the Bronx, bring me one. And she actually was offering delivery at one point to the Bronx. But I would much rather have her refreshing looking watermelon drinks than to buy something that they sell in the stores. Yellow watermelons are so sweet, and it's sometimes it's hit or miss with the red. I just haven't experienced a yellow one that wasn't sweet, and so I don't know what she does to make it special from her offering, but it's probably not adding a lot of sugar. Did you want to talk about that at all? I don't want you to give trade secrets either, but I would rather buy something, even if she's adding sugar. Okay, it's going to be much less sugar than if I bought something in the supermarket that has been mass produced, because there is a process of preservative preservatives that they have to use that Danielle doesn't. Does that make sense? Am I right? I'm on the right
You're
track.
right. Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna,
use yeah, I actually make watermelon lemonade.
okay.
So it's like I use fresh lemon juice. It's not from concentrate. It's not like the lemon bottle, juice bottle. Because me, I'm all for fresh ingredients and natural ingredients. That's what I do. It has to be, I'm more on along those lines, fresh and natural. So I get fresh, natural lemon juice, and I mix it with the lemonade, and I may add, because like you said, with the red is hit or miss. So I may
Hmm.
add some agave syrup to it, but I don't really get crazy with the sugar. But they are, even if I say so myself, they are great.
Oh, you should say so, because if you don't say so, why would we want to get it? You got you got to at least say it's good. But no, that's great. They look so refreshing, and I said that to say we can all take steps, even if they're baby steps. Um, for instance, I don't use ground brown black pepper anymore
Hmm.
because we were watching something. I forgot. I would have to ask him, but my husband and I were watching something, and they told us that it's a lot of rocks or something. I don't know what the grinding process is, but so what we do is we buy the whole peppercorns. So little steps towards health and better for yourself. It,
Absolutely.
it add up to a lot of steps, right?
Baby steps. Yeah, baby
Baby steps.
steps.
The white cane sugar, I don't buy that. I try to buy it, but I like sugar. Like, so I'm drinking green tea. That's my tea. Green tea with almond milk. Somebody had mentioned almond milk before. That was you, Martha. That was
Yes, I
you.
put it in the
The
smoothie.
smoothies, right? I don't drink cow's milk, so I use almond milk. Um, but I do. My guilty pleasure is five sugars. Now I know that their sugar is white, but if I'm doing it, I use turbino because it doesn't go through the stripping process.
Fine, it's not refined
It's
sugar.
not refined. So
It's in its natural state.
in its natural state, which has to be healthier for us, but to
You
reduce the
and you,
sugar.
you and you use less because it's more potent in its natural state. It's not
Right.
broken down. Yeah,
Right, it's not broken down. And so those little bitty steps, they add up to a lot of big steps when you sort of
absolutely.
think about how you've changed the way you do it. So Miss Anderson says she has the trial kits. I encourage anybody to try it. It's really not bad. She left her number there, so anyone who's watching, please take her up on it. There's no obligation, but when there are other people who will come in or inbox me or something, listen, I'm not shortchanging those who are paying on this platform. It's just that when I see other business owners, I don't have a problem because I know I have like 1,300 people and everybody doesn't see me when I put out the call.
There's
But next
there's
time,
room for all of us.
that's room for all of us.
Absolutely.
Guess what, ladies? Next time, watch. They're going to try to be on this platform with us, and we say, "Come on, we want you here. We
Absolutely,
want you here.
absolutely.
We want you here." Let me see. Juanita, somebody said try the Soul Red. So she's tried it. I don't know if you're still using it, Juanita. Sea Brace Nutrition, Rain International, great product. So she's one of those people who is using the product. So that's good. All right. So we're at almost 3 hours, ladies. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, good. So Danielle has to leave us at 10 because she has obligations tomorrow. So what I'm going to do, we have 20 minutes. Danielle, I'm going to let you have those 20 minutes or as many of them as you want. Well, actually, no, I'm looking at the wrong clock. It's only 9:13.
It's
So
only we got 45 minutes.
we have 45 minutes. So let's start with you so that you're not going to feel rushed, okay? And I already have
Okay,
you streaming. So we're going to bring Jessica and Martha out and hit it.
just me and you.
Just the
Boom.
two of us. Go. Danielle sells so many things. So the
Yes,
reason
I
why
sell so many
she
things that
does,
I do. I have to. So, you were talking about the pillow covers. So here are the pillow covers. Actually, I don't sell the pillows. These are what they look like inside of the cover. So, This is called our African hieroglyphic, and this is our kente plaid. So these two are this is what the covers look like, and they saw yours. This is what they look like inside of the. I had another one. I don't know. Oh, and this is
That's pretty.
yeah. This is the kente mud cloth.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I also have this pattern as well. And these are all on my website. Um, and then these are my curtains. These are
Oh yes, the
panels.
curtains.
Yeah, these are panels, and they're on the website. And there's no filter. This is what they look like. This is what I actually have a pair up at my window right now. This is
Mm-hmm.
what they look like. I love this pattern. I love this fabric. When I saw it, I knew I had to have it. And I
Beautiful.
actually got my seamstress to make curtains, and they're doing pretty good, pretty well. So yeah, we I do a whole lot. This pandemic has forced me to put these products out because they were on the come up. I was gonna put them out, but this pandemic forced me to push them out faster than I actually thought. And it wasn't as bad as I thought. Just it was just coordinating with my seamstress, getting the
Mm-hmm.
fabric there, picking up the end product, and taking pictures and posting it on my website. I mean, even like with the African hieroglyphic, and then actually having the the duvet cover and pillowcases to match it. You can get you a whole get up. You can get you a whole set. Like this, this duvet cover comes with two pillowcases. You can get a pillow cover. You can get Sezzle. You could get all this on Sezzle. You don't have
Yes.
to do it all at one time. You can get over, pay for it over time. And
And
last but not least, we're not going to talk about the
the shades, the
the
lampshade.
lampshades. No shade lampshade. So this is the purple hieroglyphic. So this is black. This pattern is black, and this is actually a rich purple and gold. So what I did was I started making the lampshades, but I also have used lamps. I have repurposed lamps that
Mm-hmm.
they can go onto.
Thank you.
And I have some, I bought some, and I actually sold quite a few of them, and I still have some left over. And I buy used lamps, and I just create a whole new shade for it, and you can come in and pick it up because I'm not shipping lamps,
Right,
and
right, right.
but I am shipping the lampshades, and I'm adding them to the website little by little. And this is a red kente cloth that we have as well. These are lampshades. They all handmade. I make them myself. I don't send them to the seamstress. Yeah,
Wow.
I actually do those, and making those were very therapeutic for me, especially during this pandemic because I live alone. My daughter lives upstairs, but I'm alone. And during this pandemic, I was just to myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I was working from home at some point for a little while. So I just began to just tap into all these things, that all these ideas that I wanted to put out there, and just started making them come into to life. That's what they are. They own their each living thing. They're doing their own thing.
I think it's wonderful, Danielle. I've I've been looking at the lampshades when she puts them up, everybody, and I'm not seeing them linger. Um, she'll post them maybe twice, and I could be missing some postings, but the next thing I see is that they're sold because I think when we're looking for special items,
Mm-hmm.
especially those that represent our culture, speaks to us, it's not that easy to get them, not even through Amazon. So the fact that you've made a therapeutic practice and you flipped it into a profit, I think that's wonderful because they are beautiful, beautiful
Thank you.
beautiful.
And those
And
are patterns that you don't normally see. So when
you
you go
don't,
on Amazon, you'll see the typical
the
kente
typical.
cloth.
Hmm.
You don't even really see much of. You see some of this, but not not in this fashion,
Right.
not in, not in this quality. I'm gonna just say it. Not that kind of quality, because they do have some African prints that are not really from Africa, and they're not really,
Sure.
they just mass produced, and they're not that great of a quality. And I'm not
Right.
saying it because it's not mine, but I've
It's the
even come
truth.
across some clothing, and you was like, oh, and I'm gravitate towards it because it's, it speaks to me because it's African print, and then when you touch it and you feel it, you're like, this feels kind of like janky, like it's like,
Yeah.
if
No, but even that pattern just now, even though that one's, we're sort of familiar with that kente coloring,
absolutely
but the pattern flow, the way you put it on that lampshade is different. I saw it the very first time I saw it on your page. But let me say something about the quality that Danielle was just talking about. So we a lot of church people, they take the whole month in February and they wear Afrocentric garb, or a lot of people are doing it more. And so in order to get it, they will go to a place like Amazon, which doesn't have the best quality, and it's probably not made from anyone from the diaspora, right? So you
right.
don't get the right quality. It's February and it's freezing, and you're out there with a little thin piece of fabric, but you got your
You
African
in
garb.
uniform, yes, you in uniform.
Yeah, but I Danielle really just confirmed what I saw with another African print supplier. She is on Instagram. I have her notifications on, but she doesn't post very often. But when she does, she lets you know, like you were saying, they are unique pieces. When I go down to 160, the same thing. I really do. And if you speak to the owners, willing to give you an education, just go down there because they're trying to
Yeah.
fulfill your dream. But they let you know about the fabrics, like that type of education. So she sells hers for like I don't know. I think it's like 5 yards for $60. It's not a lot when you're talking about fabrics that are one of a kind, but they are very in quantity. So these are not expensive prices, and the fact that you have Sezzle, that should encourage a lot more participation from customers than if you didn't have it, because then we're having to choose. Well, what do I buy this month? But
Right.
um,
Right,
like
like
my
you
little
have this, like I
area,
have this is a duvet cover with two pillowcases, and this is made out of the African diva fabric,
okay.
similar to my head wrap, but it's a different color pattern. And
Hmm.
this is another thing that we have on our site that's it's over $100. It's a duvet cover with two pillowcases. It's over $100, but you can get it on Sezzle, and you can make four payments, and you can get it before you even finish paying for it.
What size bed?
It's for queen size. They're all queen size for
All
now.
queen size. Okay. So, but that says a lot, because if you like your room to be nice, you're already used to paying these prices. And,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this
and
is a going rate for a duvet cover.
right,
And you're not going to find that pattern in a duvet cover anywhere. You're
right,
not going to find that. So whatever whatever the cost is, you should be willing to pay for it, because you know that, number one, we all know duvet covers cost money. You
right.
go,
They
you go
do.
on Wayfair, you go on Overstock, you go on Macy's. They're pricey. They
Right.
are pricey because they save you space. Anything that saves you space is gonna cost more. So you don't
Absolutely.
have to buy a whole. You can have a comforter that's a little frayed or whatever, and you can put it inside the comforter cover, put your two pillowcases on, and you could have a whole new look for your bedroom. Like, seriously.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me say this. Binga said, and he was going back to what we were just talking about in terms of working together as a community. And he said, as we talk about Black businesses, having a Black owned bank supporting this will be very important. And I'm hopeful that because this live is public, there is someone from a Black bank or a federal credit union run by a Black church or a Black organization that sees what we are building here and sees what we're trying to do and wants to support it as well.
And
I
not
think,
exploit it, and support and not exploit, because
right,
I was on a webinar today with Carver Blank with Carver Bank, and one of my issues was, and there was one of the representative from Carver. He was Black, and he was talking, and I just was like, and I just was point blank to the, me already. I'm to the point. Listen, why are all these companies exploiting Black people? Exploiting the whole Black Lives Matter, Black businesses matter. You guys are exploiting us because you guys are putting all these grants out there. We go through all this application process, and I don't know that one person has gotten any of these grants. You had companies like Hennessy, you had companies like PayPal, you had companies. Who else put grants? It was like I can't even tell you the countless applications that I filled out for these grants, and I also passed it along to other business owners, Black business owners, and they were encouraging Black businesses to apply. I don't know not one person that got any of these grants, not one. And it's like, are you guys exploiting us, or are there people actually receiving these funds, and where are they?
right. And what did he respond to you?
He said, well, it was a woman on there who was a Black business, and she was speaking from a business perspective, and she says, yeah, I totally agree. She said, I spent like countless days applying to these grants, putting in my information, my business information, uploading tax forms, uploading your certificate of authority, uploading your EIN number, your tax letter from the IRS, and to get some email saying, oh, well, you didn't make it to this round, or wait a minute, or you've made it to the next round, but then that's as far as it goes.
That's it.
But
Yeah.
but you don't. But okay, I didn't win, but who won? Who
Right.
got it? Like,
Publish it. Right.
show me some baby faces. Show me somebody
Hmm.
that look like me who got money from you,
Right.
and I'm okay, because right now I have a gripe with PayPal. I have a gripe with Hennessy. Where's the money? Who
Right.
got the money?
Right. PayPal in particular, because so many of us use their platform for our
Absolutely.
businesses.
I've been
And
on PayPal since 2005. So
yeah, I
tell
think around
me,
the same time. And so why aren't you writing us and telling us, please apply for these grants? Because we've been with you so long. And those back then when we first got with them, they were just trying to figure it all out. And but yet we can't get the PPEs from them, the PPP from them, and we can't get these grants. So Bingus just said, yeah, he feels like that's a valid question that you asked, and that there's something funny going on.
it
There
is,
is.
because they're exploiting the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and they're exploiting us as Black people, and they put things out there, and they like to dangle shiny things in front of us, thinking that we're gonna go for it, and okay, we're gonna go for it, and then we know, you already know how we are. We forget about things and stuff. But I'm the type of person, I'm not forgetting about nothing. Where's the money that you guys said that was out there? Because Hennessy, I want to know, like, where's this money? I was on Instagram asking them when they posted it, like, so who got the money? Because I surely did not apply. And then you had like 10, 20, 15 other people. Well, I didn't get it either. I didn't get it. I didn't
Wow.
get it. I didn't apply. I applied. I didn't get it. So who got it? Y'all
Who
holding
got
all
it?
this money and doing what with it, and not giving it? And we all know Hennessy. We all know how many of us have supported their business. Hennessy.
Right.
So I'm thinking Hennessy. I'm like, oh, you guys are giving out money. That's great, because Black people have supported your brand for decades.
Right.
Seriously. So it's nice you guys are giving back, but I don't see one Black face that has gotten money from Hennessy. Like, let me know who did. If you're out there and you watching this and you know you got it, or somebody you know got it, please just inbox me and let me know so I can calm down.
Exactly, exactly. No, you're right. And then again, we're in so many business groups on Facebook. Why haven't we seen anybody getting these grants?
Right.
Why?
I haven't seen not one person. They tell me, oh, well, my friend got a loan. Okay, well, I got a loan too that I pay it back. So what are we saying here? I got a
Right,
loan.
right.
I
We're talking
got
about the
a loan.
grant
I'm talking
money.
about grants, which is
Right,
free money, which is money you don't have to worry about paying back. Where's that money going? Y'all keep
right.
saying it's out there, you're dangling it, but who's getting it?
Who is
Are you
getting
really
it?
giving it out? Or you
Yeah.
just saying that to put that out there and you making us fill out this form, upload all this paperwork for nothing?
Right. And I think so. I think everybody wants to be what? Politically correct in terms of the Black Lives Matter movement. And so all these big companies have come out with these so-called grants. But like you said, show us the receipts. Who's getting them? Let us see them and let them not be actors. Okay. Let them not be actors saying that I received this grant and this is that and the other. The way the management of the small business money has been done has been shameful, because while they may be considered small businesses, they have been $1 million corporations, and the monies have been largely used on personal um, items like cars and houses and
Yeah,
parties and
and it's and
clothing.
it's, and it's really sad because, um, as a huge advocate for Black people, I'm a huge protector of us as well.
Sure.
So I'm not going to allow anybody to exploit us, and we've been exploited enough in
Right.
this country. We've been
Right.
exploited. So how
Yeah.
much more exploitation do we have to be subjected to? Stop using our name. Stop using our culture.
Pain.
Stop using us. And if you don't have no money to give us, then fine. But just stop using our Blackness and stop using us as in this game that y'all playing, like to make it seem like you're supportive of us,
But you're
and you're
not.
not, because soon as we apply for a business certificate, we are already behind the eight ball. We already behind.
Yeah.
By the time you and I find out about any grants, there's like 100 of us competing for
For
$500. You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
So, and mind you, they've already used up those other 5,000 slots that was available.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we a lot of things are hidden from us, and a lot. But okay, and Deb, to be honest, I'm okay with that, because we are resilient and we are resourceful within ourselves, like what we're doing now tonight. If
Mm-hmm.
we have to get back to that grassroots type of mindset of dealing with each other, when there was Black Wall Street, if you had butter and I had eggs, you gave me butter and I gave you eggs. You understand?
Right.
So we had no
Absolutely.
choice but to deal with
Work
each
together.
other and
Right.
work together. We need to get back into that mindset.
I think so too. I mean, that's all I'm about. I and I'm not trying to make this an overly political piece, but
Right.
the reality is when we speak about economics, it's impossible to leave political implications out of that discussion. You know, I feel like um, so many of us are waiting for November 3rd for there to be a sea change. But has anyone thought that maybe there won't be one, because for those of us who are faithful and believers and followers of the Most High God, maybe He's still trying to say, just return to me and you'll be fine. And so we put all of our eggs in the basket of politics, and while we're putting all our eggs there, so go our economics, so go our family structure. We give up so much trying to achieve, and we're losing our young people, and they're doing things in the community that harm other ones of us. They're being harmed by those who are sworn to protect us. And it
Absolutely.
becomes a vicious cycle of
Cycle. Yeah.
no advancement, of no
Yeah.
advancement.
None at all. And like I'm tired of it. Like
Yeah,
we're using this platform, but my daughter is on this platform. So what's gonna be for her and her baby? You know what I'm
right.
saying? If I don't fight now and do something, we've been taught to, okay, even the political process has never elevated us as a people yet. We've never
No.
been. It's never done anything for us as a people. Period.
And it's a conversation that needs to be had by us. You know,
Right.
just being truthfully honest with one another and what we've gained. And don't get me wrong, some have seen some gains from the politics. The
Absolutely.
problem is politics is designed to be communal and not individualistic. But
Right.
too many have made it an individual gain,
Absolutely.
whereas only their inner circle profits or gains from it. You
While
know,
we're
you
still down here struggling.
while we're struggling, like while the masses are struggling, and it
Right.
should not be that
Yeah.
way.
So
You know,
imagine, and I just had this conversation yesterday with my girlfriend. I said, listen, do you know we talked about she said, well, why we can't never have any progress with the protests and all this kind of stuff. I said, because we are right now where we are, the breed of people that we morphed into is not the breed of people that did the Selma, Alabama march. They stopped that bus. They didn't get on. They did not step foot on the bus, and they all did it collectively. Collectively, we
right,
have too many people that are divisive, and they're not willing to come together collectively. They for 381 days they did not step on that bus. Not one of them.
right.
Not one in Selma, Alabama. Not one person for 381 days.
Montgomery, my
Right.
home,
Right.
and my
And I
mother was
know you
one of
know.
them. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So imagine how they crippled
yeah.
that bus company.
Absolutely,
But they come
absolutely.
but we there goes to show you how the difference is, because they were so strong and wrong. They let 380 some odd 81 days go by and said, oh, we don't need their money, being prideful and letting their ego and pride. They said, forget y'all.
Yeah.
But we stood our ground, and we did not bend, we did not break either. But now
Right.
imagine if we had that mindset now and we started crippling these people in their wallets. Imagine how much they would listen to us now.
Oh yeah,
Because that's a
because
different mindset. Because now they're more concerned now today about their pocketbook and their wallets. They're
right.
more concerned about that. Oh, so you're concerned about that? Okay, so once you hit them in there, that's that now they want to listen.
Oh yeah, that to me, in a system of white supremacy in which we all
Absolutely.
live, is the
Right.
only thing that they recognize as valid economic crippling. And if it's crippling you and I, is okay, but if it starts to
Yeah, because
cripple
we're
them,
survivors.
it's
We're
a
resilient.
problem.
We're used to eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner. Like, and we
Right.
have to, right?
Or
You
mayonnaise
understand,
sandwiches.
right? Or toast. We and
Yeah.
we could go to bed and be like, all right, and get up and go to work. But
Yep.
them, they not that kind of crippling, financial crippling. They
That's
can't. They fold like a cheap card table. They will not withstand. They would not withstand it. If we took our buying power, which is in the trillions, and we crippled some of these big companies, then they would be listening. Then we could see then we would see faces behind those grants.
absolutely. And that's a good point, because Binga said our people drink Hennessy, but Hennessy still doesn't know how to engage our communities directly. They go through a middleman all the time. And a lot of companies that we patronize do this all the time. So they really don't respect us. They'll bring someone in and say, we have to do this diversity piece because this is the thing to do. But they don't engage us. Look at ABC. ABC had a white woman over diversity, and she's making fun of Candace Gibson, who is now on MSNBC on the weekends in the wee hours or something. She made a joke about how little they paid him. Robin Roberts, who we all care about, we have loving feelings for her. She harassed her about an increase that she rightfully deserved. And they took time, they put her on suspension, and then they finally fired her. But nevertheless, she was white and she had been terrorizing people all this time. I watch All Rise. I love that show.
Me too.
You took a picture with the sister girl who leads it.
Yeah,
What
Simone Mincing.
Simone Mensah.
Yes, yes.
They're having trouble. Though the showrunner, who is a white male, was running the black writers off of that
I
wonderfully
heard
put
it. Yes,
together show.
I heard that.
So
Like
this,
about 3 weeks ago, I heard that.
yeah. So I'm only illuminating that to say what Bingus is saying is absolutely correct. Now let me go back to the bus boycott that you were talking about. You all are saying y'all supposed to be selling. Well, we are selling because we're trying to get you all, our potential customers, to understand why we need each other and why you all need us and why we need you. Um,
Absolutely.
the 81 day bus boycott, my mother was a teenager and she was like, I loved not taking the bus. She loved being a part of the movement to show them that you're not going to just treat us badly and keep getting our money at the same time. But here's where we went wrong back then. So Mr. Johnny, black brother, had a taxi service, and
Yep.
everybody would gather in his cars, his fleet of cars, and get to where they were going. But Mr. Charlie, the white man, took Mr. Johnny's business by doing the same thing. Oh, y'all can ride in our cars. And guess what we did? Because having the same identical cars, Mr. Charlie and Mr. Johnny, black people said, wow, Mr. Charlie's car looks better. It's the same exact car being driven by a white man. And so they got into our psyche, making us think that because white is ahead of it or in front of it, it has to be better than anything black. Have you all ever wondered, and while we were talking about the medical stuff, why, if you live in New York, you wanted a doctor, a white doctor in Midtown or in Manhattan? Why couldn't you go to a black doctor? Howard University is turning out more doctors than any other hospital is turning out black doctors, but yet and still, we prefer white doctors over black, right? Why is it that we want anything that's white over something that is black? Why don't we argue with an Amazon, ask them to refund a part of our Prime membership when they could not fulfill their obligation? Did we even say anything to them? Well, you know, my mouth is big. I did. I was like, look, I need my item in 2 days. You're not delivering. And so while I had already gotten all of my feedback, they give me credit. So the next time I go in there and I see a credit to my account, but I got it just by saying something, by letting them know it wasn't okay for them to break their contract with me. We don't do that to to white businesses. But if your stuff coming from Brooklyn to the Bronx takes 2 weeks, when in my mind it should only take a few days, I'm gonna blow you up on social media, but never will I open my mouth to an Amazon. And,
Right.
it is a mental game that we have been caught up in, that sometimes I don't believe we even want to free ourselves from. But we're giving you an opportunity for these 2 days to free yourself from it. We're going to do our best. Miss Martha just shared with us how she sent something to her CMOS to a client down in Florida. I forgot the days, but she should have gotten it on Saturday, but she didn't get it until this past Tuesday, 2 days
I
ago.
sent on my son's birthday, July 29th, I sent 18 bottles of watermelon lemonade to Jersey. August 6th, they still hadn't got it. By then
Wow.
it's you can't drink it.
You can't,
So
right?
they drove all the way from Jersey to come pick up for me. So now I'm out. I'm out money
Right.
at this
So you
point.
got to replace it, right?
Right, for the replacement, I'm out money, and they are not thinking about all these little how it's inconvenience. So when I saw all the janky movement from the U.S. Postal Service, I started looking for other ways to ship my stuff. Like
Okay.
I have other ways to ship. Is going to cost more, then somebody's going to have to incur the cost, because this is what we have to do. But
Absolutely.
we have to stop questioning people's prices. Either you can pay it or you can't.
Well, I think it's not can. I think it's will you, because I think a lot of times customers will decide I don't want to pay that much, but I'm just being honest,
Yeah.
because it's black, because our products are undervalued. Do you know how many books I buy that are like $40? But I'm a reader. I love books.
Yeah.
Um, but I buy the book for $40. Somebody will tell me my $20 book is too much. Why is my $20 book too much? Why? Because those are lessons, those are parts of me, experiences of mine that I'm
Oh,
sharing with you to make you better. If Danielle says that it was a therapy, it started off as a therapeutic process to make these lampshades, and I do this myself, why isn't that valued? You know,
right,
it
my
really
daughter,
should.
she hand beats her stuff, and I yeah, she should, she needs to up her prices. Absolutely, yeah, she will. But my thing is, yeah, like you said, we're undervalued, and we have to stop with that mindset. And I keep telling people that the reason why, and go back to what you say, how we don't complain. That's why the Asian nail salons have gotten away with not being, the health department not being called. And nobody calls the health department on them. You can't take your utensils and put it in this little box and think that's going to kill all the germs off of it. That's not sanitizing that.
Wow.
Where
Yeah.
I go to, they sitting there. You know what happens? There's an exchange when at these nail salons. The one I go to, they're black owned. There's an exchange. You hand us your used utensils. We hand you back utensils that's been wrapped and sanitized, and they're wrapped in plastic. When you are in front of the customer, they're opening all those utensils, cuticle cutters, everything that they're ever going to use on you is wrapped, is sanitized. The company that they send it to sanitizing is. Asian people will not send their utensils out to those companies because they're not going to pay that price,
Wow.
and they know that black people are not going to complain. You know, I've had a coworker who had to stay out of work for 2 weeks because she caught a fungus on her foot from an Asian nail salon. That, yeah, I'm gonna put it, yes, an Asian nail salon,
Wow. Wow.
and painful. And then nobody complains on them. Nobody calls the health department on them, but they will, in a quick, fast, in a hurry, they will bash you on social media if you do one little thing wrong that they don't like. They'll bash you on social media, but they will not call the health department on those Asian salons that are giving you subpar service.
Wow. And fungus infection. That's,
Nobody
and
calling the health department.
right. And I love our people, but we have to have these conversations around being a community. And if you are a community, you're doing everything in your power to build it up. You're not trying to
Absolutely.
take from it, you know. And look, I've said this before on this platform that the Bible, and I'm a Bible thumper, of course, but the Bible has given us a provision for excluding those within the community who don't follow the code of the community. And I feel like if we were just doing our part to protect our community, to build our community
Absolutely.
up, we
Absolutely.
would we would have far
Yeah.
fewer incidences in our community. We just wouldn't
Absolutely.
have it.
We
But we
wouldn't.
we really want to, the assimilation game is hard, is people are on that. I wear what I want to wear. I wear my hair the way. I've sat on boards where I was a natural, and the administrative, like the coordinator, like high level, coordinator, was, I was a board member and she was the coordinator for the board, and she had her very well cuffed natural, and like you said, when you take off the scarf, it's just there. Mine, I have mine in two French twists right now,
Mhm.
but if I unravel them, they're gonna be all over. This
They
is
do
nice
what they
and
want to
neat.
do. It does.
They do
It
what
has
they want to do,
no
and
right.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
So the president, she made a point of saying, "Oh," to the administrator, "Oh, I like your hair." I'm so tired of people thinking, others thinking, that we need their approval for anything we wear, how our hair looks, and what we say and how we say it.
Right.
And but we bring those things into our community as well, and it keeps us from helping one another grow. We judge each other and we find each other unworthy of spending money with each other, whereas I might not come to Brooklyn, but Danielle knows she's going to get at least support from me twice a
Absolutely.
year. Twice a
Absolutely.
year. It's my
Absolutely.
intention to help her. Now, for me, purchasing from her twice a year It's not going to keep her in business. But one thing it's going to do is tell her that I support her, and it will help her buy or replace those ruined watermelon lemonades that, through no fault of her own, were destroyed in the transit process to her client. And so those are the type of ways we have to start thinking. We should not think, well, I don't want her watermelon lemonade. Maybe someone else does. Everybody who's heard tonight, you all have heard me say how much I love watermelon. I don't mind if you buy me one from her. If you don't want it, buy it for me and send it to me. We have to stop thinking what's in it for us only,
Absolutely.
and see how we
Yeah,
can help someone else, you know.
absolutely. And a lot of people, and getting back to like the pricing aspect of it, and I break it down for people, and I tell people that when you have Chinese restaurants and they all in the same neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What happens is they have one person delivering to all those Chinese restaurants in their neighborhood. So when they're buying pallets of chicken wings and pallets of everything and everything by the case, and you have the mom and pop soul food restaurant down the block, and their chicken wings are more. Guess why? They're not able to buy pallets and cases and all the and they all buy together. Those all those Chinese restaurants in that area buy together, and they get one
Right.
person to deliver to all of them.
Right.
So why
Right.
would you not, if they're charging $10 for an order of chicken wings and French fries, and they're charging $5? Why are you questioning why they're charging $10? You're not even thinking about the aspect of it of they're buying by the case. It's costing them more. They have to
Right.
charge more.
Right.
But I
Right.
know that they're probably changing their grease
Mm.
at the soul food restaurant. I know they're probably changing their
Oh
grease
yeah. Oh yeah.
because the Asians, they're gonna get more bang for their butt. They're gonna cut every corner that they can. I've seen that's their mindset, their mentality. That's why I don't eat from them.
Yeah, I stopped eating it for health reasons a long time ago. The only thing I ended up eating was chicken and not chicken, broccoli and garlic sauce. But we make that. We know how to make that in the same way that they do it.
Me
So I don't
too.
buy Chinese food. So I was so glad my son Jason stopped eating Chinese food, because basically he was the last one, the last holdout in the house. And I don't know what happened, but he stopped doing it, and I think that's good. And so we have a delivery guy who knew him so well, knew our family so well, because it was like once a week we'd be buying it. But I don't buy it. um some of them are not nice. And I just have a thing about, so money, they say, is personal, right? They say it's very personal, it's an intimate transaction. And that's why we're spending so much time talking about how we can build each other and together around purchasing from one another, and purchasing from the Black community,
Trusting
because
one
it's
another, building that trust.
trust. That's a part of a relationship, right? Trust. Like Danielle just said, the Chinese restaurants, they may use the same delivery person for three different stores to make deliveries. But you have a soul food restaurant, you already know, we already know that we have to jump through many, many higher hoops when we do anything. Do you think a Black owned restaurant is going to give you some day old chicken fried in some day old grease? We don't do that, because we're not going to run the risk of our reputation, and people will still try to harm us, just like they did with Slutty Vegan down in Georgia. You remember that case a couple of months ago. As soon as she pledged, the owner of Slutty Vegan pledged to set up a $1 million scholarship for the children of Rashard. What was his last name? Rashard.
Uh,
Jayla.
or
No, the one out front of Wendy's. Rashard
Brooks,
Brooks. Yes, Rashard Brooks. Um, the whites down there, they didn't like that.
they
Now
started giving
she's
her negative reviews.
negative reviews on Yelp and all
Yeah,
of the other places. But let me tell you, this is what we're trying to build here, everybody. The Black community, when they heard about it, if you haven't seen that video, just look up Slutty Vegan. The Black community showed up for her,
and showed
and
out.
and they showed out. Now look, A lot of us haven't made the transition to vegan yet. So it wasn't because they were all vegans who showed up. It
They
was
want to
sheer
support.
principle. The line, you just have to see the video. The line was blocks and blocks and blocks waiting for it to open. This was during the time they didn't have a curfew, but it was certainly during the time when COVID was on the rise down there, and the governor had not shut down in store dining, but they did not have indoor dining. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms had put some restrictions in place, but they stood for hours to get orders from Slutty Vegan, and her ratings went back up. Listen to the motivation. These people were so upset with a Black woman using the money she has made serving not only Black people, but anyone who wanted quality vegan food. She had compassion for Rashard Brooks' children, and she partnered with Clark Atlanta because he had both boys and girls. If anybody's wondering why she didn't partner with Spelman or Morehouse, because any of them, each of them can go to that school, right? They're jealous because she took her own money to help her own people. That's crazy. But the response from the community is what I'm trying to highlight. And that is what we're trying to get. We're trying to get the same type of response to support us. Now I know that some of the Danielle and I we talk like this all the time. We lay it out there, you know. We're not always incendiary, and we haven't been tonight. But do you think that I think that there are some people watching who are not upset with the things that we have been saying? Listen, this is a Black platform. All money is green, so yours is welcome, whomever you are. But we're not going to be here and act like we're not suffering as business owners because we're Black. And so we
Absolutely.
want Black people to support us, just like they supported the sister who owns Slutty Vegan. I think it's wonderful. And that's the attitude we have to have with one another to help us all survive and get to the next level. And for Jessica to be able to sustain her business as it is fledgling. You know, she's starting out. She's asking the community for suggestions and help. And I believe that we need to be that community that provides that same help that's being requested.
Just like the woman that sells the personal hygiene products for women, the Black woman, and
And
Yes.
Target, yes.
In
yeah, and
Target, yes.
yeah, and they went on her website and was questioning the pictures on her website because they were Black. What she's Black, she got, so why are you questioning it? Why are you, and then they started leaving bad ratings.
Right.
Same
And
thing.
it
And
was
she got support also.
she got
Yeah,
support as
and
well.
she sold out in Target.
Wow.
She
And you
sold
Yes.
know what?
out.
I think it was because during back in May, right? Again, all of this racial
Recently.
aggression. Yeah, this is all happening during a global pandemic. But they've always been like this. They rear their ugliness in public, whether there's a pandemic or not. But this was during Small Business Week or something like that in May, and she was featured in one of their commercials, and they did not like that. Are you serious right now? We have bought products from you all for all of our lives over here, but definitely through commercials, through since television has been a thing. And the images were always white. Are you serious right now? I mean, Target doesn't owe you to have only white actors, or white business. You really, I mean, the founders off the
She,
shoes. Are
it must be the weather. Yeah.
Breaking up.
She's freezing because of the weather, probably.
Hmm. But I ordered my Mars from you, Martha, and I'm gonna get my son to pick
Oh,
it
I
up.
saw something that said Danielle Moore. That's you. Thank you
That's
so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, we gonna I'm gonna split the Mars with my daughter because the last
Okay.
time I got a big one, and I didn't use all of it at the time appropriate time because
Hmm.
it just sat there. So I didn't want to I didn't take the chance to use any more of it. But
Okay.
I think that if I give her half and I use it more and be more proactive, then I would get a better use out of it. But I am going to definitely. I'm glad to support you. I'm glad you were here. I'm glad I got to meet you.
Thank you. I'm glad I got to meet you also. I
And
have tons of head wraps and matching masks. I'm going to wear one tomorrow. But I
okay,
don't have beads, and I want to order some for myself and my daughter because you're talking me into it now. I was never thinking about the waist beads, but I think even if it's just for
yeah, get you
myself,
some, girl.
even if it's for myself. I know my daughter wears them, so I'll order. I definitely need her website.
Yes,
She's
We have a
she's really frozen over there.
yeah.
oh, we're having
Are you
we're
okay,
having a
Dad?
Difficulties.
because we keep we are have storm out here. In fact, since Acai, that storm that we had a few weeks ago, my internet has really been a problem. I don't know who has cable vision, but it's been a real problem since that thunderstorm that came through here a few weeks ago. So I'm sorry,
That's
everyone.
okay. But I
Well,
gotta
But
go.
right before the meeting, right before we came live, I had to call Optimum because I'm sitting here and my internet went out.
What?
wow,
And it told
wow,
me to reboot. I'm like, why do I have to reboot? I didn't touch anything, but I had to reboot again.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Danielle, thank you so much for
You're
sharing with us
welcome.
Nice
tonight.
meeting you, Danielle.
Thank you,
We'll
Martha.
see you
Thank you.
tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Look, people, take advantage of her Sezzle opportunity for you to pay over time for any of the products that she has on her website. She'll be back tomorrow to promote some more.
Well,
Thanks,
You're
I,
gonna get her
Danielle.
website off
I'm
her.
about to
This is
stay all night tomorrow.
All right. Looking forward. Looking forward.
Good night, y'all. You have a
good
great
night.
sell out, sell out, sell
Yes.
out.
Good night. Good night. Thank you. Well, Martha, I don't know. Jessica has been disconnected for a while, so maybe I don't know how Danielle was able to stay. But sometimes I'll walk around my house and I might have a signal. One of them may not, and dead spot. So she said they live in the same building, but maybe Jessica is just having a problem because I can't connect to her right now. So it's just me and you. Sell some more
All
sea
right.
moss. Sell some more sea moss.
Well, I got an order from Danielle. I was sitting here and something popped up on my Cash app, so I got an order from Danielle. So I
Very
gotta
good.
get the CMOS to her.
Okay,
Um,
good.
and for any of those people up in the Co-op City in the Bronx, just let me know if you're interested, and I can bring it by Saturday afternoon because I'm in
Okay.
the Bronx also.
Okay.
And Miss Gresham
Mm-hmm.
asked me, was I in the Bronx? She's in
Yes.
the Bronx?
She is. She's also in Club City.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Great. So I
So
guess I'll see her Saturday.
yeah, I think you have at least because the member from my church who was talking to you the other day, she was really busy out in the community today serving.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't seen her come on, but she's the one who I said I would send you the payment for and I'll
All
square it
right.
with her.
Mm-hmm.
So Leah said Leah will be back on with us tomorrow, but I will let both she and Miss Gretchen know that you're gonna make deliveries on Saturday and Desiree as well. So, and they well, no, they don't. Well, Co-op City. It's not hard
And
to
that's
find
what I was
us.
getting ready to say. Co-ops, you can get lost in Co-op City. That's a big place. I will go to a landmark over there that everybody would know. Like, what's that big food store or in front
Well, there
of?
are two of them. Well, the Bay Plaza is probably the easiest.
Yes, yes,
Bartow on
yes,
Bartow,
yes.
where Dunkin' Donuts is.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be easier for you.
Yes, it
Um,
is.
yeah, because look, we don't want to take advantage of your kindness in delivering.
I can
We
come up
it,
there and do some other things, but
yeah.
yeah, you can
Well,
get lost in Co-op City.
I know, because so much of it looks the same, but until you've been here for a while, it is confusing and you don't know. So you have, I don't know if my sister Juanita, I know she's gone, but they'll be back tomorrow. She probably had to
Okay.
get off. But she doesn't live in Co-op City. She doesn't live in Co-op City. But if you come up here, I see her often. I will, and my sister who's in Kentucky, I'm just gonna have to let you mail it to her. I don't know if she's on today. Uh, but don't worry, I'm going to make sure you get these sales. So if Juanita, I can do Juanita, Desiree, and Leah said she will contact you. I think she said tomorrow.
Okay.
But I will let them both know via inbox or text that you're gonna be available on Saturday. So what I'm obligating myself to do for Desiree, Juanita, and my youngest sister is to get one for each of them. So for my youngest sister, that would be the $30 because it has to ship out to Kentucky, right?
Hmm.
And for the other two, I'll ask Desiree to pick it up from you on Saturday, and I'll get it to Juanita on Monday or something.
Okay. Well, I can mail it to your sister myself if you want.
Uh, Juanita, I don't want to pay $30 for the Bronx. I told y'all I'm frugal. I'm frugal.
What?
I,
So how much they're going to charge from you where you are? It's the same thing
to to
when you
to
ship to Kentucky.
Oh, I'm not talking about her. Yeah, we'll do her.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I was talking about Juanita. Juanita lives in the Bronx, but she just doesn't live in Co-op City.
Oh, okay. I
So
got
I'll
you.
ask Desiree to pick it up. Desiree
Hmm.
lives in Co-op City. I'll ask her to pick up Juanita's when you do that, so that I can get it to Juanita.
Okay.
No, no, no. Yeah,
I thought
Mel.
they had a different rate up there in Co-op City that I didn't know about.
Girl, no, 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 no. Whatever the rate is, do that, and I will square with her. But she did say she wanted it. She inboxed me, and I think I told you after our Tuesday thing. So she's excited about getting it. So you have made Danielle, um, Leah, Miss Gretchen, Desiree, and my youngest sister. I'm just not naming her because she's not a social media person. So that's five, and that's
Okay.
a blessing. But we want to do more. We want to do more than five. So people come through for Miss Martha and her CMOS. She has told us all of the health benefits. She told us about how many minerals are in our body and that we need, and that it has about 92 or
Yes.
somewhere thereabout of those critical minerals.
Mineral.
It's tasteless for those of us who don't like to mix up taste in our mouth. Um,
Put it
for
right
us
in
to
your
try,
smoothie, your
go right in
juice.
your smoothie, your juice. You said something else, I think Tuesday, that you had put it in. I can't remember what that was.
Oh, I didn't like, right?
That you, oh, okay, so we'll leave that alone because you didn't
No,
like
no, I
that.
can tell the people because
Okay,
the
they
good
might
and the
like
bad.
it.
They might. I
They
put
might.
it in my tea. I put it in my chicken soup as I'm cooking. I put it in
Yeah,
my smoothie. But I one morning put some in my scrambled eggs. It
and
had no taste, but what it did is I felt the jelliness of it. I didn't like that. So that was one time, and I didn't do that again. I didn't like it. The eggs have
yeah.
its own little. I didn't like feeling that jelly tasted filling in my eggs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, I sometimes I'll scramble my eggs with water and instead of milk because I don't, like I said earlier, I don't use cow's milk. So but almond milk just doesn't do what cow's milk does to make them fluffy. So I
Yeah,
said let me do the water. But what I found is that with using water, it doesn't change the taste. It takes the yellow out of the egg. And so
extra.
yeah, so if it's not just some salt, pepper, and garlic or onion, I'm not messing with my eggs. So yeah, but the point, I'm just trying to be lighthearted here. But what Miss Martha has told us is that she uses it in a variety of ways, and it's tasteless. And so it is just like using it. She said when you start off, you take 2 tablespoons a day, and after how long, about how long do, because of the energy boost that you get, she's reduced hers to a teaspoon a day. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, a teaspoon a day. So it may be different for someone else, but I just need a teaspoon a day. One full teaspoon, and I'm good.
Okay, so you will moderate that, and that's what we do when we're trying new things. I like some of you know Mago 7 or Magnesium 7, magnesium with oxygen, 7 parts oxygen. It's magnesium is not in our bodies, but it's something that our bodies benefit from having.
Mhm.
It helps to cleanse and detox our bodies. So I used to buy one brand, but again, Amazon didn't have that particular brand. So I said, I'll try this other one. The original brand that I always use, far better than the one that I purchased. The one that I purchased, I've been using for a few months now, and I think I have like maybe 2 more servings. I don't think I'm going to use those because by now I see the difference. Same formula, Mag oh 07, but different makers. And so when Miss Martha talks about if there is a taste in your CMOS, that means that someone didn't go through the cleaning process of it as thoroughly as they should have. She goes through a 48-hour pure processing practice to ensure that all the impurities that may be in the moss is taken out, so that she can ensure that when her clients, customers get it from her, there is no taste. And so that's significant when you have so many different people making the same products, how they go through the process. Y'all remember how those of you who used to eat chitlins, some of you still eat chitlins. I don't know. I don't know. But and so my mother used to say, if you go in a house and they're cooking chitlins and you smell them from the front door and the kitchen's in the back, don't eat them because they haven't cleaned them well. And so that's how she taught us. And that's what I always remember. You're not supposed to smell them. And so, in a similar way, you can have two people making the same thing, but the cleaning process has to be one that you are confident in has been done well. And Miss Martha, I believe, if she has as many customers and she's selling at the rate that she is, and having return customers as far away as Florida and other parts of the country, I think we ought to give hers a try, instead of anything that is mass produced. Anything that's mass produced will always go through a process that someone who is doing it themselves does not have to add in. And that's why it's good for you to start using it, stay using it for a few months to see if your system receives it well before you say, I don't like this, I'm not consistent, and just give it up. So let's give it a try, everybody. Check her out. She's made, what did I say, 5 sales from what I could count. 5, 6. That's good. That's a good start, but we really want to do more. We really want to do more, because we really want people to be healthy, but we also want to support Miss Martha's business as well as all the other vendors. And she will be back with us tomorrow. Do you want to go through to midnight? It's just the two of us. It's up to you. I'm here.
Um,
It is
no,
up to you.
we don't have to go through to midnight. I'm sure we'll get more people tomorrow.
I do too. I am too. And like I said, I have no idea how many have joined us tonight. It is a Thursday. And like Leah, she is a super busy person. Um, yes, yes. Thank you, Barbara, for putting Jessica's email in there. She's looking for suggestions, but yes, we are proving concept here, and we will be able to determine how well we're doing in these time frames so that when we do it again. And so far I've loved working with all of these vendors. They have been wonderful. The audience has been great. I see people who I don't know sharing out the video and doing watch parties, and so we are very appreciative of you all. We're supporting one another because that's what true business owners do, but we certainly welcome all of your support for all of our products as well. So Miss Martha, with that having been said, why don't you give us a shout out for your product once again before we shut it down tonight?
Again, you can reach me at my email, royallady1216@gmail.com, if you want CMOS. And you can pay by Cash App or by PayPal. That's Danielle's going across the screen there. But
wait, hold on. I'm gonna put yours back. I'm sorry. Go on. You can keep talking while I thought I had put you back. Okay, go on. You can
and I
keep
think
going.
I put it in the chat. If you saw the chat, you can either reach me by email, you can pay by PayPal, you can pay by Cash App. And my email again is royallady1216@gmail.com. You could inbox me on Facebook. I had someone do that while we were on here.
All right.
Someone even sent the Cash App while we were on this live event tonight.
Love it.
So
Love it.
that was Danielle. So
Awesome.
CMOS is good for our immune system, and it's very good. I really started using it not because we were in COVID-19, but when I found out how great it was for our immune system, I'm like, I'm staying on this. I'm staying on this. Got
Good.
my kids using it and their friends, so it's a good product.
Awesome. That's great. I'm so happy to have met you through our mutual friend Dory, and hopefully she can join our wonderful party if we do this in September. We probably will, because I don't see why should we stop. I don't see why we should stop doing this. I feel like we have a good group so far, and we're happy to let it grow. But we just want to have another venue for selling our products. And if we do it again, or if we do it quarterly, I'm here to work with you and all the others, because you all are some super bad ladies. Martha,
Oh,
she
thank
keeps
you.
telling me to call her Martha, and I
Yes. But for the longest, Martha's an old name, but for the longest, everybody I meet, they call me Miss Martha. I mean, even when I was in junior high school, I was Miss Martha.
Really? Okay. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. I am very Southern, even though I've been up here, like I said,
So am
38
I.
years. So where are you from? Where are you from? Look at me starting a
Oh,
new conversation.
you are not going to even believe it because nobody believes it when I tell them. I'm from Mississippi.
Really? What part? No,
Rose,
go on.
Rosedale, Mississippi.
And where is that in relation to um, Tallahatchie County?
I know it's not that far. I haven't been back since I was a little girl.
You're so funny. You sound like my mother. My mother's like, they had to go through Mississippi. I just told you she was a part of the Montgomery bus
Hmm.
boycott. My mother's 79. And she was going with her cousin up to Indianapolis, South Bend, Indiana, I guess. And they had to stop in
I've
Mississippi.
been there.
You
Well, I still have family in South Bend, Indiana. Um,
really?
so that part of Mississippi is just like Tutwiler, Mississippi. Yeah, I still have family in
Oh
Gary,
yeah,
Indiana.
Tutwiler.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I'm doing work, and we can talk about it tomorrow, because I didn't get to
Okay.
that part of my. Look at us. We're shutting it down, but we having a Southern girl talk here, because I'm doing some work down there, and I'm hopeful that if it's the Lord's will, we'll be able to do it to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Black Wall Street's destruction. But wow, 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 why
See,
don't people?
you just never know.
You never know, and it's so funny because Dory and her husband even are on board with this. She was like one of the first people I told about this.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, yes, yes, let's do that. And so this is really like a full circle type thing, being introduced to other people, at least that you have a connection down there. But
I
when
have
I talk
lots of
about,
family still down there.
oh, really? That I mean, I'm not working in Tutwiler, but I am working in Tallahatchie County, which Tutwiler is a part of.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, we'll get into it tomorrow. I think that's wonderful. And I always say, all praise to the Most High, because I think He puts people in our paths for a reason and a season and a time,
And
Um,
I always said that we are more connected than we even know.
absolutely. Absolutely. You're talking about you still have family in South Bend. I never knew about that family until my mom told us about it. She's told us the story over the years. Who even knows? We probably related, and the reality is we all related anyway, right?
Yes.
But I am so happy having met you and having you on this platform, and so many
Feeling
people
is
being
mutual.
interested. I will be touching bases. I'm gonna Both my sisters I'm taking care of, and Desiree. So whether I do it tonight or before we get on tomorrow, don't worry. You got these
Oh,
cells. You got them.
thank
There
you.
she
Thank
is.
you.
She came back. She came back. Let's honor her by
Okay.
bringing Jessica. She just came back. Hey Jessica, you were gone. We couldn't even see you.
I can't hear.
Uh-oh. Why can't you hear? Why? Why? You still okay? Now you're mute. Okay. Can you hear now? Can you hear us now?
Hmm.
I'm
Wow.
gonna come back. I'm gonna leave and come back.
We hear you.
We can hear you. Martha, don't leave yet. I want to send you something real quick.
Okay.
Oops. I don't want to send it in all caps because I'm not screaming at you. Um, I had to learn this because I have a producer. You're like, I'm just not typing well. I'm gonna make my producers help me tomorrow because I can't. There you are, Jessica. Let me see. Let me see if I can bring you on. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh,
Hi,
great, great,
Jessica.
great.
Hi. Sorry, we were talking about Amazon. I had a problem with an order, and I had to get a refund, so I was on the phone with them.
Oh,
Speaking up about their service.
good, good. Tell them. That's great. Uh, that's
26
great.
minutes to get a refund. Oh gosh.
But That's crazy. But you
Yeah.
know what? At least you took the time to do it. And I think, like your mother was saying about how we don't tell them, or we don't complain about the nail salons to the health department. That's why we
Oh
keep getting
yeah.
bad service, you know.
Well, that's
Oh
not
yeah.
me. I complain anywhere I'm not satisfied with service.
Me
Right.
too. Me
When
Money
I
too.
would walk into a
matters.
place and they're not have their gloves on when they're doing food,
I
Oh yeah, no.
I
um
complain.
me too. We had gone to Cold Stone Creamery about 2 months ago. Again, don't cling to the time when I'm saying a month or two, because I really don't know. It might have been longer. But and I love tipping. I don't like to tip. I'm not a tipper, because I feel like they have to earn it. So, but I understand the industry, so I'm always conflicted. But the young man, he had on a mask, but it was below his nose or something. It was like he was dripping sweat.
Ugh.
Oof.
So I didn't give him a tip. And my daughter was like, "Why didn't you give him a tip?" I said, "Because that'll teach him to put his mask on properly the next time." And I hated it because it was a black young man. But look, black, white, yellow, red, purple, orange. I don't want your sweat in my ice cream. Are you
But you know
kidding
what?
me?
He probably don't know that's why you didn't tip him. I would have pulled him aside and said, you know what? I would have told him so he'd know in a nice way.
Yeah, I should have. I just,
He's
I
gonna
was.
go on like that because he don't know any
Yeah.
better.
You're probably right. And I should, that's what her point was too. She's like, "Well, mom, you didn't even tell him why, you know." But I think the week before, she and my husband had gone in the same one, and he was upset because they didn't even have gloves on. And these are policies that they had set up. And he asked about it. So I think I just overlooked it and was mad because of the experience they had. And then a week later, there's still
Yeah.
no, but you're right, Martha. I should have told him because he's also a young guy, but I just let my anger at him not being safe do that. But thank you. The next time I go, I'll tip him, okay? So I can, and hopefully by now he's gotten better with that. But I don't mind being corrected. And it was too late when she told me, but now it's two of you. By the witness of two shall you do, right? So the next time I go up there, I will make it right with him if he is still there. So Jessica, Martha and I were about to shut it down. Are you
Okay.
You're bad.
you
No, that's
okay?
fine. You
Okay.
you made the decision. It's fine.
Okay, okay. So we hope that you got some sales. I did tell you that I'm gonna go.
Jessica
You
got sales. I'm gonna buy some stuff. I gotta see that webpage.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. My
yes.
mom got some sea moss, but I'm gonna get some of my own.
No, she
I
said
don't
she's gonna
like
share with
sharing.
you.
I don't
Ooh,
know. Then
she
she
said
want
she
to
don't
keep
want
it.
to share.
She want to keep it at her house. I gotta go all the way downstairs now.
Oh my goodness, she gotta go all the way downstairs. You sound like my child. My goodness, my.
What's your
But
webpage, Jessica?
A bit of everything.com.
Oh, that's okay. Okay,
that's her.
that's
And
easy to remember. Okay.
Barbara Ellerby just put it in the chat for us. Let me put your banner up again, Jessica. Um, Thank you, Barbara. I hope that means that Barbara bought something from you, but I appreciate her putting it because you weren't even on when she put that. So,
Thank you. Yes.
Your mother showed
oh,
her
okay.
beads, so that's she talked me into getting some beads too.
I see. Look,
Yes. Yes.
selling it.
Let's all get beaded.
If nobody sees them but me.
That's right.
Right.
Your own self
Do it for
liberation.
yourself.
That's
Yep.
right. I'm gonna remove you for 1 second, Martha. 1 second. Okay. Um. Okay. Okay. She's removed. So Jessica, I'm gonna go to your site. My sister Juanita is buying. She's going to get into the waist bead game with me.
Nice.
I have a few hours to sleep before the noon one tomorrow. Let me see. Are you back at the same time? You're back at the same time
Hmm.
tomorrow. Your mother's back at the same time. Martha's back at the same time. And Neff is back. Is going to be here. You all saw Neff earlier, I'm sure, if you
Yes.
jumped in and out. So she'll be on tomorrow evening with you all. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, and Amina. So who hasn't been seen so far? Amina Carter and her husband. They are going to be selling their products. Again, we're on a health kick, Black people. Look, they keep telling us that many of us are being affected more so than others by COVID. And so
Yeah.
I'm happy to have Martha with the CMOS and Amina Carter and her husband selling their products, their health products, and I'm going to have them do that tomorrow. They're going to be with me all day tomorrow, so we're going to all get to know each other very well. So they'll be
Nice.
Leilani will be back with me from 12 to noon tomorrow. Kavina, my friend from California, she will be here tomorrow. And both of our sponsors, Cupcake Me and We Are Organic New York, will be here. I'm so excited to have both the sponsors come on tomorrow. They will be on, I think they're only going to be on from the 12 to 6 hours.
Okay.
Organic. Oh, you're back, Martha. Yes. Ow. We're gonna keep that as an inside one, but that's wonderful.
Thank
So
you.
I'm looking forward to the sponsors coming on because Organic Brown, they and I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. We Are Organic, New York. They will be on talking about the launch of their environmentally safe and produced t-shirts and other products. They do work in the community to sustain the environment, and I love that is their focus. And of course, all of this talk about being healthy, but her cupcakes are to live for. I don't say to die for, they're to live for. Miss Brittany from Cupcake Me. They're very good. She does a lot of community work as well. She's also a private caterer. And so she's a young woman, just like you, Jessica, just like Leilani. You all are younger than most of us, but we're all just doing it. And I'm just so proud to have her as a sponsor. So we're going to do it
Nice.
again tomorrow. So tomorrow night is Danielle, Jessica, Martha, Neff, and Amina. Amina be with me all day, but I'm looking forward to all of you being back here again tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Yes.
Now,
nice
Thank
meeting you,
you.
Jessica, and your
Nice meeting you as
mom.
well. I'm gonna get a
yes.
cupcake and some sea moss and the balance.
It'll balance it out, right? And then we can look into Amina's stuff, and that might just do the whole thing. We don't know,
Okay.
but we'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. I'm looking forward to all of you. Thank you all so much for taking this journey with me. I'm so excited, and I love the way we work together.
Yes. I
It was
can't wait
good.
for the
It was
next one.
good.
This is awesome.
Awesome. Good
All
night,
right.
ladies.
Good
Good
Good night,
night.
night. See you
everybody. Thank you
tomorrow.
all.
Good
See you
night, everyone.
tomorrow.
Good
Thanks for joining
night.
in.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.